Welcome to the treasure room.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Prepare for vault door opening.
Look at me starting right on time today, everybody. Welcome to Vault 45. I am your host, Overseer Kismet, aka known as the Wasteland Tycoon. Come on in, Vault Dwellers. We're going to have a great day today. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see and hear me. If you're on Twitch, you'll show up right over there. I'm also streaming to YouTube, to Kick, and now back to Facebook live here on the stream because I got my Facebook working again. So there we go. Now we're going to play some Fallout 76, a game that I've enjoyed since it has launched. I've been playing with my team, the Teamwork Tycoons, for quite a long time, so feel free to jump on in, everybody. We're going to get right into it. I appreciate you all coming in and hanging out live here on the stream. My favorite thing is to talk to all of you, to see you guys each and every time I stream, just chilling out in the channel. And today's going to be a fun day. We're going to talk a bit about mastering 76, and if you're interested in getting started or playing it again, maybe you haven't played it in a while, so we'll talk a little bit on how to get started in there and some things to look out for while you're leveling up, things that are going to definitely help you a bunch because I see a lot of people playing some 76, and I don't blame them because they've really done a lot of updates and love and care into it. They had like the Z team on there when they launched, and then they put the A team on there to make it better, and they have done so time and time again. So big love to the awesome team over there at 76, just adding tons of killer stuff in game. Very, very fun, especially with friends. Go out there in the Wasteland. Just think of it as Fallout 4 with friends right there as well. So again, I'll give you guys some tips to get you started. Now, I actually own it on Xbox, which I actually bought the Fallout 76 Xbox, so I actually have that. And I also have it on PlayStation, but I mainly play on PC, and that's because I can only finish one season barely on one platform, let alone all of them. Now, I think we should be able to cross-play with whoever we want, with whatever game we want. I think this exclusive thing should die a horrible death and go away now because it's proven once and again, as I told in the very beginning, way back in when the Halo did it way back in the beginning, but ever since then, that it's not good for gamers. It's only good for the companies trying to sell consoles. Well, guess what? Your console doesn't sell because you're not making great games. Make great games, it will sell your stuff. Make great TV series like the Fallout TV series. It will sell your stuff. Make great stuff, and people will talk about it and revere that stuff. like Fallout New Vegas and like Fallout 4. Games like that, and a lot of these games you see in the background. Stardew Valley right here, a great example of a fantastic game right there that just made a great game, and then all the gamers said, hey, have you seen this game? This is an awesome game. You should check it out. I highly recommend Stardew Valley. Incredibly fantastic game. I think that's the number one thing. Oh, Polypop reward. All right, boom. There you go. 1,000 Kids Caps. Look, Kismet's on top of it today. Got my schedule done today. Got a bunch of updates to my little thing that I do for you guys, my Fallout 76 events of the week. You can find them down in the Twitch panels, by the way, down there. I updated it down there as well. It's updated on my Discord and all my other social media. I don't care what social media you're on. I don't care what platform you're on. All of that stuff is irrelevant. We're gamers, and we're going to have some fun. In fact, you're in the home of one of the longest gamers in the world, everybody. I've been gaming for half a century, for 50 years. That's right, for a very long time. And if you're new to the stream, come on in and hang out. Again, they call me the Wasteland Tycoon for a reason. I'm going to show you how to make a ton of cash, do some fun stuff in-game, how to get your dailies done, how to get those events done, how to get all that kind of stuff going in the game today. So going to be a special stream today, everybody. So let's say hello to everybody in the chat, and then we'll dive right in. I'm wearing my Kismet shirt today. I love this shirt, everybody. I think this one's super soft and comfy. Always like wearing these shirts because big love to Teespring up there, who makes super comfy shirts. And I've got some shirts like Tell Me Nothing and a bunch of those shirts up there that you guys can find. I really got to work on all that merch stuff, but remember, it's only me, everybody. I'm the one person doing all of the work. Other than my awesome mods who help out in the chat. But I do all the behind-the-scenes work, too. Only the one guy. So there we go. What up, Flux? Thanks for coming in and hanging out over there on YouTube. I see you over there. Thanks for chilling out. Paul coming in. What up, Paul? Thanks for chilling out in the channel. Appreciate ya. Dio coming in with the lurker love. Appreciate those lurkers. Appreciate all my lurkers. You know, there's some people who have been in my channel for all 9 years and have never said one thing in the chat. Not one thing. And I appreciate you. I really do. Every single time you come in and just chill out, maybe you're doing your homework, or you're doing house chores, or, you know, you're just chilling, or you might be sneaking and watching me at work, which don't get busted. All of those things you might be doing for sure. But I appreciate you coming in and hanging out. Might get me on the TV, or maybe you're watching me on mobile, on your phone, or on your computer. No matter which way you're watching the stream, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Rotisserie G hanging out in the chat. What's up, G? We had some fun last night, didn't we? Getting some pirate action going on in Skull and Bones. That's super fun. I got some surprises coming up, everybody. Oh, man, do I got a lot of surprises for you guys. Man, I was working real hard on it. I got my schedule updated. I got the 76 thing updated, and I worked on a ton of other stuff that I can't tell you about yet, but very excited. Very excited to drop all that stuff on stream, too. Alex coming in. What up, Alex? Thanks for coming in and hanging out as well. And I'm behind on a bunch of releases that have come up as well, and they sent me a bunch of codes to check out. And of course, I do got a bunch of giveaways to do as well. So, man, hit the follow button if you guys haven't already done so. I want you guys to be notified when that all pops off. Paul coming in with the number 1 and the squirrel. Yes, got to get that squirrel emote in there. Thank you for those ones. I appreciate that. 1,000 Kids Caps to Flux for being the first person in the chat, and another 1,000 Kids Caps for you guys coming in and throwing those ones in there, letting me know everything's working. Oh, Rotisserie G over there on Kick. Very nice. Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody, for doing that. King Coco in the chat. What up? Thanks for all those ones. You're starting it on Xbox today. Oh, man, this is good on Xbox. I wish I could at least play with my Xbox buddies. But you know what? I'd say don't wall garden it anymore, everybody. Let's play 76 on Xbox, on PlayStation, with whoever we want to play with. I feel like it's actually a missed opportunity for Xbox right now, because they came out with the Fallout series. And so Xbox could be making royalties and making money on selling Fallout 76 on the PlayStation right now. They could be making bank right now, everybody, but they're too dumb. They're too dumb. They're too locked into that exclusive system, and they can't see beyond their own foolishness. But we'll see. Maybe one day somebody be brave enough to kill that exclusivity stuff. Especially on titles like older titles like 76 and things like that. And they've done it a little bit. They've started. They're going to kind of test the water of it. And I say all your old franchises like 76 and all of those, man, just cross-play them suckers. Come on, let's go. Yes, a KRS once said whoop whoop in the sound of Kismet. I don't know what that means, but all right. Mr. Non, you coming in with that love lurker train. I appreciate that big time. What up, Dr. J? Hello, hello. Oh, my thing isn't on. I have to turn my thing on so I can hear your hello in the chat. There we go. That's exactly what you're doing, working and watching Kismet stream. Don't get in trouble here, Luna. I don't want anybody, I don't want to incite bad behavior. I don't want you to get in trouble, but I appreciate you coming in and chilling out. Hey, I'm excited to play some 76. Let's go. All right, here we go, everybody. Now, I'm in my gigantic mega build of a camp here. Now, my camp is centered around helping other people in the Wasteland. So what I do is I go in and I set up a bunch of workbenches and free food and free water and free all of that stuff that anybody can come along. I don't lock my stuff. You can lock it, but I never do. You can come along, grab whatever you need. I have every single one of the shelters that you can check out and a whole bunch of other cool stuff throughout all of my shelters. And I'll show you guys a little bit of that when we get started. Now, the number one thing I did is you saw I was inside this plant here. Well, this plant is actually a bed. It's one of my favorite things. It's an oddball Fallout-like thing that they added to the game, like a Venus flytrap that you go in and you sleep inside, and it gives you a rested bonus. So one of the things you want to start with in Fallout 76 is your rested bonuses. And if we go in here to our Pip-Boy, if you're not familiar with Pip-Boy, I have the Vault-Tec Pip-Boy. I love Vault-Tec and I love Nuka-Cola. That's my jam. So you can go in and see that that the current effects on me are this, but my current status right here, you can see I'm level 619 again. By the way, this is my 6th playthrough of Fallout 76. My last character is level 650. Now, if we go here and we look at special, you can see all my special, and you can see that they are being boosted. That's what the plus means in one way or another. But the thing you want to see is this one right here, Kindred Spirit. You can see that's giving me 5% more XP for about 3 hours. Now, that happens when you have both a sleeping area outside and you also have a companion. Now, I have the new companion, which I absolutely love. Just absolutely awesome.
Nice place.
Del Lawson here of the Brotherhood. Who is, of course, carrying around all of your crap. That's how they carry around so much stuff, everybody, because they're running around with a big old bag, and they just never showed us that. But now that we know through the Fallout TV series that your companions are always running around with a big old bag on their backpack to carry all your junk. And I think that's an awesome inside joke for all of us who are constantly overburdened like me. I actually have registered a long time ago, hashtag overburdened, everybody. A long time ago, over on Twitter, or X-Twitter as I like to call it now, way back in the day. Now, I've got that going, so I've got that buff going right there. Now, on top of that, I have a bunch of things that generate me loot, right? So I don't have to go collect it. It just automatically generates. Like a great example is I have a dog meat inspired puppy here called the Fetch Collectron. And what it does is the dog goes out and finds you a bunch of loot, like in this case, circuits and fuses and screws and so on. And then puts it here in this container in which you can go ahead and pick it up. Now, other things I have is a popcorn machine. Popcorn is considered pre-war food, which is good for your dailies. I also have a cookie jar, so yum yum, num num cookie, everybody. We got wood scraps over here. We've got honey. We've got coffee. We've got fertilizer. We've got adhesive. We got blooms over here, which are plants. We got turbo fertilizer, which allows us to instantly grow food. Acid over here. And, of course, my favorite thing, the thing that made me into the Wasteland Tycoon today is Purified Water. Now, Purified Water is an incredibly great resource in Fallout 4 and in Fallout 76. And actually, there it is. And in every, that's 1,000 Kids Cats for nailing that. That's in every single game, everybody. You're going to find that you need water. So the number one thing that people in the Wasteland need is water. So that's the thing I would do if I was really there. And I play games like that. Like, what would I do if I was really there? Well, the first thing I would do is have it generating as much resources as possible. Like you can see, I've got Mothman eggs there. I've got some ragstag meat, as well as over here, I have some fertilizer. And you can even milk the Brahmin. There we go. And you can see I got Brahmin milk right up there. I also have a little area over here that has all of the various plants and whatnot that you might need all around the Wasteland, like mute fruit and melons. And, of course, probably the most famous thing in there is the potatoes, which is potatoes and tomatoes together. That's these right over here. Now, I have a bunch up here for people to just get, but if it has a problem, then I have another secret little area where I keep extra food. Right here, we've got concrete scrap being produced in the cement truck. Now, as many as of those that you can keep going, of course, that's just generating free loot, right? So you are basically multitasking all of this loot, which is constantly running in your camp. So, and that's where I am right here. I'm at one of my camps. You can have multiple camps in the game. So I put a bunch of stuff down, so that stuff is regenerating while I'm running around the wasteland and getting into all sorts of trouble. So we've grabbed all of that, and I also have one right here, which is the Mirelurk Steamer, which is actually from the Far Harbor DLC in Fallout 4, which allows you to, of course, extract a bunch of food there. Now, also, I have a bunch of different sets. So first, you want to go ahead and start with your buffs. You want to start with your rested buffs. And then you want to think about your special set, right? Your sets of cards and your sets of special points. Now, those are two separate things. And I'll go ahead and show you what I'm currently in right now. Now, I have 115 level ups down there, everybody. So I've got plenty. I don't really need any more. But you have your base special points, right? Also known as strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. Now, I play my own way. There's, of course, meta sets where you can be in the bloodied set and be high damage if you want. Me, I don't like to do meta sets. I like to create my own sets, what I call the Wasteland Tycoon set. That's very heavy charisma, very heavy intelligence, and very heavy strength. Now, why do I have heavy charisma? Well, so I can share level 5 cards. This is the highest level card that you can have and the highest level card that you can share, which basically gives a max of 60% more damage to everyone on my team because I can share the card with them as well. Not only can I have the card, but I can share it with my team, which gives them massive amount of extra damage. Now, my particular set that I'm in right here is what I call the team set, where I'm doing a lot of team stuff. I'm doing boosted XP, I'm doing surgeons, I'm doing bodyguards, which give damage resistance. I can also turn on team medics. So if someone is uses a stem pack, it heals everybody in the group. Oops, I just took one out there. I just accidentally took out my thing. Was it my hard bargain? Put that back in there. Now, hard bargain is one of the ones I typically keep on all the time because I'm always buying and selling stuff, so I keep that on in many different sets. And then some of these I'll switch out. But you can see that automatic weapons break slower. Gunsmith, which means in general my guns break slower. Stabilizing my heavy weapons. Doubling up my fusion cores. There's a lot in here, and I could go over every one of these perks. But just gives you a general idea of this particular set. Now, I have other sets that I can do that I have set up. And you can see this one says Team Battle here. And then this one's Repair, Create Ammo, and Clear Out My Inventory. So as you can see that the actual cards change. See how they change based on what I'm doing in the moment. So I might want to repair my weapons, right? So one of the big tips in the game is that your weapons have durability. And this is one of the biggest things in the beginning of the game that are going to trip you up. You're going to be wailing on some mob with a melee weapon, or you're going to be shooting them with your gun, and all of a sudden, clunk, your gun is broken. And you're going to go, uh-oh, what do I do? Well, you always have a melee weapon. You always have a ranged weapon, and then you always have a close-up weapon. You want to have 3 different types of weapons at the base. Now, in the beginning, you're not going to have much of a choice because you're just going to be grabbing weapons. Maybe you might find some in the donation boxes because the donation boxes all over Fallout 76, especially when you come out of the vault of 76. But you want to have multiple weapons that you can switch to. So say you got like 3 boards, right? Keep those boards, because one of those boards is going to break. You're not going to have enough resources to repair them, and you can just switch to another one and use that one to smack the baddies so you don't die, right? So durability is a real important one to understand at the beginning of the game. So durability of your weapons. Now, you can find a weapon workbench. You can make one at the beginning of the game, or you can find someone else's. Or find one randomly around the wasteland, and then you can go in and repair. Now, my current ones don't need to be repaired because they are already repaired. You can see right up here their condition. And then also you might see that there's a little white line in there. If you zoom in on the stream, you can see there's a little white line inside that condition bar. That means it's double durability. And the reason why it does that is... get out of there, is because of a certain perk that I turned on over here called Weapon Artisan. Now, Weapon Artisan will do 200% when it's at max level 200% repair of your weapons. And again, the weapon durability is probably the number one thing you want to be thinking about at the beginning of the game, as well as food and water, which we'll get into in a second. But you can see that it will increase the condition of your weapon. So if you have a weapon and you want to keep it where you don't have to repair it all the time, you can go ahead and use this particular one. Now, some of these only unlock at a certain level. So you have to kind of wait till you get to that level before you can unlock them. I don't want to spoil that as it goes along. Another one you always want to think about is super duper. When you're crafting anything, this has a chance of doubling that thing. So if you're crafting power armor, you might get 2 of that power armor. If you're crafting food, you might get 2 of those. Ammo, 2 of those. Armor, 2 of those, etc., etc. You get the idea. Anything that you're crafting, it has a chance of doubling that up. So I always have that on when I'm in my kind of crafting set. Which I'm in right now. And I might be jumping around, so my travel agent is reducing my overall cost of caps that it takes to jump from one place to another, and so on. And then, of course, a whole bunch of things that are like looking for bobbleheads and magazines and all sorts of searchy stuff over there as well. So that's another thing you want to worry about. So first thing, rested bonus, so you're getting bonus XP. Then you want to worry about your weapons and make sure to watch out for your durability, because durability is going to be a big issue in the very beginning of the game. And then, of course, food and water. Now, you can find water around the wasteland. Like you can see, there's a bunch just right down here. Now, this is dirty water. It's contaminated. It's radiated. So if I collect it, let me move myself over. See over here, I'm getting radiated right down there at the bottom, way over there on the side, because I'm taking that radiated water out of there, and I'm not drinking it. I'm just collecting it, and it's basically radiating me while I'm collecting it. So what we want to do is, of course, we want to take this water and convert it into water that we can use. Now, there's a great perk, by the way, that goes along with that. If you want to use it, let's see if I have it down here somewhere. Both in Fallout 4 and in 76. I don't have it right now. No, I don't have it in there. I after a certain point, I stopped using it, but it is very useful if you want to set up that kind of build. Let me find it here. Luck, be a lady. There it is, right here in the endurance line, if I can find it. Right here, lead belly. Now, lead belly will allow you to take less radiation from eating and drinking. And of course, the more that you level it up, it'll get to a point where you take no radiation from eating or drinking, which is pretty great, which means you don't have to convert the water from dirty water into boiled water, which is normally what you need to do. Now, sometimes I'll use that early game, especially in Fallout 4, and then sometimes I won't use it at all. I'll just make sure to boil my water or produce purified water, which is a big thing I'm known for sure. So let's go ahead and convert this dirty water into boiled water so that you don't get radiated. All you have to do is go to any cooking area, which you get at the very beginning of the game. And then you can go in and you can say all drinks, and you can just say boiled water. And then you can see I'm converting that boiled water, boom, into, or dirty water into boiled water. Now, I also need some wood as well, because you put the wood on the fire and then you boil the water. And there we go. And you can also see that my thing doubled up on that boiled water, so now we have more. So if we go into our Pip-Boy here, we can access all our food and drink, and you can see we have the boiled water in here somewhere. There it is. Now, if you notice that the boiled water still gives you a little bit of rads, and it's going to heal you up just a little bit, and then, of course, boost your actual water, because you do have water and food bars over there on the side, so those will affect your ability to have certain action points, also to get diseases and things of that nature. So, of course, you want to reduce that probability of getting diseases. So you can drink your boiled water, but as I drink my boiled water, I'll go ahead and, again, move myself way over here. Watch what happens down there. See how that little red bar is going up? That means I'm radiating myself. Now, of course, the thing that I use all the time is purified water. Now, purified water, if you notice, does not have radiations on there. And so you can see I have 62 of them because I just collected them just now. And I can drink those without any radiation on my character. So you definitely want to have a lot of purified water around. Now, if you do get radiated, you can use a Radaway, which I highly don't recommend in Fallout 4 survival mode because it is super harsh. Do not use it in the survival mode. You can make yourself a radiation arch here or use someone else's radiation arch. And as you can see, I just went ahead and moved myself over here a little bit. There we go. And you can see I just removed the radiation over there. Now, you also have certain conditions that you're going to have. Oh, I should start my crew while I'm at it, too. Hold on. Let me get my crew in here. Let me get everybody in so they can enjoy the bonuses. Now, again, this is the team game. So you can invite people to your party, and you can also create public parties as well. Like this. I'm going to turn to intelligence here. We'll get into all of that here in a minute. But we want to get our food and water down. So we got our water down. That's easy. You can also plant food at your particular location like I did here. A great one is razor grain. So you can go ahead and get razor grain. You can get yourself some boiled water just like you saw me do. And you can combine those things together into a soup. So I can say all food. And I can hit Q down here and it'll get rid of everything except for the stuff that I can actually craft. And then I can go down here to razor grain soup. Now, I've moved myself over a little bit here. You can see all the various stats. It is going to radiate you a little bit, but what it will do is it will give you some disease resist and allow you to take care of both food and water at the same time. And that's a great use of that particular food. And it's a great starter food to get you going. And of course, there's all sorts of other things that you can cook. We're not going to go into all of it, but we'll go into a little bit. Now here, the razor grain suit, again, is going to radiate me just a little bit, but it's going to give me plus 10% food and plus 10% water. And if you watch those bars in the bottom right corner there, I'm just going to eat all of this. And you can see, boom, there we go. I got my food all the way up. I got my water all the way up. Now, why do I want to do that? Again, so that I can be fully fed right here. And so I'm going to have higher hit points, and I'm going to have a higher disease resist. So I'm not getting it, and I'm going to have a bonus to my strength. And then fully hydrated. So I get my action point regen. That's what AP stands for, action points. That's your thing if you want to use VATS or when you're running or when you're doing any kind of action. Very, very important to keep that up high. So it's going to boost my action point regen. Going to give me +1 endurance, which is going to help me overall have more hit points and take more damage. And then again, more disease resist. So that's 70 disease resist right there, everybody, if you combine those two together. Plus, the razor grain soup is another 10%. So now I've got 80% disease resist right there, easy peasy. Now, again, I could also, instead of using my thing, I could just go in here and use my Radaway. And you're going to find a bunch of those in there. And that Radaway is going to do the same thing right over there. You see it's removed my radiation down there in the corner. So very, very useful to have all of those things. Also, disease cures are very useful as well. But personally, I like to generate a bunch of purified water. Now, these are actual specialty items that I got called the vintage water cooler. If you can get the water cooler, it's awesome. It doesn't cause any power, and they're very small, so they're very easy to put in your camp. But what I would do to start is I would go in and craft a little bit of water and food for yourself. Of course, plant a little bit of food, and then plant yourself some water. Whether you're doing it on dirt, like one of these are perfect for just putting it right down on the dirt and not have to worry about it. Of course, the more efficient ones are these really big ones where you can put these down and then, of course, attach power to them, and then they will generate a good amount of purified water. Now, I actually suggest not to use the big ones. The big ones take up a lot of space, and they produce 5 purified water every couple hours or so. I actually suggest using the smaller ones because the smaller ones will produce 2 purified water, but you can put more of them down. And they take less resources and less power to do in the beginning of the game. So highly recommend using the smaller ones or using this one if you don't have any water nearby. And that will take care of your water and also take care of your food at the same time. So you've got a good starting point to get going. Now, of course, I got a pretty elaborate thing here. It doesn't have to be as elaborate as mine, everybody. Start simple, start easy, right? Get your food squared away, get your water squared away, and of course, get your buffs going on. So again, right here in the spore plant, if I go in the spore plant or any bed, I will go in there and you'll see that it pops up with normally something called Wellrested. So that gives you 2 hours of XP bonus. And this particular one is going to give me 3 hours because I have my ally from the Fallout TV show down there. And he is actually adding an additional hour to my XP bonus because I have an ally at my particular camp. And it's got to be nearby where your bed is as well. I suggest to do this outside and not inside because you can't do a whole bunch of stuff inside. There's certain things you can't put inside your actual shelters. There we go. There's my kindred spirit. And see, if you do it again, it will actually refresh that time. So I'm going to wait till he gets out of there. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at our stats here. And we can see that my kindred spirit now went back up to 3 hours. Now, there's a bunch of other things in the game that will give you boosts. Now, I have some of the best in the game. Right down here, this one, the fortune teller, all you have to do is hit E and then you walk away. That's it. So now I'm going to get bonus of my luck. And then this one here, the derby game, is going to give me bonus to intelligence and I can just walk away. This is going to give me a bonus to charisma, which is great for trading with the vendors. And there we go. So these are all +2s. So that was +2, +2, and +2. And then over here, I have one that's a double one, the machine, which is both perception and agility. So within just a few seconds, I actually got 5 buffs to 5 different stats ×2. So basically, that's 10 stat points I just got in a few seconds, which is awesome, everybody. It is the most efficient way to get your boost because they only last for 30 minutes. So if you take a long time getting your boost going, by the time you get all your boosts up, guess what? You've already burned some of your time. So that's why I use those particular ones. Now, I can get strength and endurance. I can get strength here and endurance here, but each of these take 15 seconds. So that's half a minute of my time that I don't want to spend doing that. So that's a great thing to get started. Worrying about your durability, worrying about your food and your water and how I just showed you how to take care of those. And start a little bit of camp so that you can repair your weapons and armor and that kind of stuff. Start that as early as possible, and that will get you going. Now, particularly where I'm at, I'm actually using what's known as Fallout First, and there's a free thing going on right now for trying out Fallout First, where you can actually put your scrap box down. What I highly recommend is even if you don't plan on having Fallout First in the future, is that you go into your junk that's in your scrap box, or in your stash box. This is called the stash box. That's called the scrap box. Take all the junk out and put it in the scrap box and just keep the scrap box at your camp. Now, if your Fallout First runs off, well, guess what? You still can use the scrap box because your stuff's going to be in there and you can still use it. And so you can craft from it. The only thing that you can't do if you don't have Fallout First is put stuff in there. So if you take advantage of it now and put the stuff in there right now, it's really going to save you a lot of room in your stash box. And there's not a lot of room in that stash box, everybody. They've increased it a bunch of times, and it is still way too small, I think, especially for builders. But if you're a builder like me and you want to carry 15,000 bone shards and 8,000 circuits and so on and so forth like that, you can get that Fallout First, and it will hold all of that infinitely. This is an infinite box. You can have an infinite amount of storage in there. Which is awesome. Now, the same thing with the ammo. You also get this in the preview. And it has a great function down here called Transfer Unused. So if I hit T, boom, it's going to transfer all my unused ammo over here. Now, of course, you might be walking around with different weapons you may not be using and things like that. And so you'll want to scrap those weapons and scrap those items that you're not using. Because when you scrap them, which I'm going to do here, on this assault rifle, which looks totally from the TV show, by the way, that you scrap that and you might get a pattern that allows you to upgrade and add modifications to your assault rifles. And that's why you want to scrap them, because you might get some sort of mod plan that's going to help you upgrade your weapons. So definitely want to scrap as much stuff as you can. I am a super looter. I loot everything. Also known as a loot goblin to some of you. But I'm a super looter, and I've been a super looter forever. I loot everything down to the smallest bottle cap, cigarette butt, whatever it is, I loot it all. Because I know at some point that resource is going to be useful either for selling or for crafting or for whatever I need it for later on. Or in the case of weapons and armor, it might be that it gives me a mod so I can mod that armor and make it stronger or make it do more damage or whatever I want it to do. So very, very useful to scrap all those excess weapons that you're not using. But keep enough weapons that when your weapon breaks, you'll have enough, all right? That'll get you started big time. Now, because the Fallout community is so amazing, and this is what really, warms my heart, everybody, that the bulk of the people who are playing Fallout 76 are awesome. In fact, they are the reason why you now have a donations box. So you look for these donation boxes at where you come out of Fallout 76 or any of these locations where you see a railroad station, like this one I'm at right now is called Charleston Station. Look for the Charleston Station, and you're going to find like ammo stuff here, legendary traders, vendors, and of course your ability to change your special points, and so on. But you'll find these donation boxes, and people like me who have a bunch of extra stuff will put it in there for you, like stem packs and grenades and a little bit of ammo and so on. And you might even find weapons and things in there, like right here. This has a bolt action rifle, which is a good start if you're getting started in the game. So you definitely want to go in and check those donation boxes. And people will see that you're low level and say, oh, look, it's a low level. Well, here's a bunch of stuff. Here's a bunch of stuff to get you started in the Wasteland. And that's all because of the players, everybody. Not Bethesda didn't add that just because they thought of that. That's actually the players that would do that. And when new people would come into the game, and the reason why this game is still going is because of the players. It's because of the Fallout community, everybody. Is the Fallout community made it into something amazing. And then Bethesda took note and they changed it in a way that made it even better based on the community feedback. And I love that. I love that it's actually like community built, if you think about it, right? It's really amazing how they went in and took those suggestions and put those directly into the game. So pretty awesome. So now instead of just waiting around for new people to show up, we just put it in the box. So when you show up, you go, oh, what's in this box? Oh, a bunch of stuff for me. Cool. I can get started in 76. And it doesn't matter what platform you're on as well. You'll find people in all different platforms that are awesome vault dwellers that are really trying to rebuild the hearts and minds, rebuild the Wasteland and win the hearts and minds of the Wasteland, which I really appreciate. I appreciate the awesome vault dwellers out there who really are trying to rebuild the Wasteland, right? And that's one of the biggest takeaways I've taken from the TV show as well, everybody, is that everybody wants to save the world, but they don't agree on how, right? Both in real life and in game, everybody. A more true statement has not been told. That's probably my favorite statement in the entire Fallout thing, because that basically sums it up. That sums up Fallout perfectly. What do you think in the chat, everybody? Put a 1 in the chat if you think that that sums it up. They should be called the Backpacks of Steel. I like that. I like that, Rotisserie G. One squire carrying a bag isn't enough to stop Kismet. Yes, I would need a team of squires running around behind me. Yeah. I should make a meme of that, everybody. You know, everyone else with their squire, and then Kismet with his 5 squires running around with 5 different bags. Oh, I'm tempted to do that. I'm gonna write that down. If I get a little bit of time, I might do that. There we go. All right, I'm gonna write that down. I just thought of that. That's a brilliant idea. That's a brilliant idea. I think that would be funny. There we go. Oh, we got some fun for you in the chat, Foggy and Dr. J. Get them! Get them! Ban them and report them. Get all of them. My mods usually don't have much to do, everybody. They just chill out in the chat, but now they get some people. They get to use that power that they use wisely. Okay, now another thing I do for all you fellow vault dwellers out there, and I can see Pepper Minotaur, and I'm going to say hi. Hi, Pepper Minotaur. How you doing? Big love, brother. Big love, big love. Ah, see, look at that. See? Awesome, awesome. Showing him some love in the Wasteland, everybody. See, this is why I love Fallout, everybody. I love all the peeps of Fallout who are awesome. Now, I just sold that guy a bunch of stuff for 5 caps. Now, why did I do that? Because, 1, they don't call me the Wasteland Tycoon for nothing, everybody. I've made trillions, yeah, with a T, trillions in games, and, of course, caps and gold and whatever it is. You don't believe me? Okay, let's set the Wayback Machine. Now, some of you have already seen this, but all the new peeps, here you go. Let's set the Wayback Machine for, right here, January 15th. Oh, hold on. We got a new Teamwork Tycoon, Ozzy Doggo coming in, bringing in that Kim and Love trade. Show some love in the chat, everybody. There we go. Now, because I've been gaming for 50 years, everybody, I have got it down right over here. Boom. We can see right here, January 15th of 1986. I played this game called Taipan. Till the day I was actually playing it, you can see a 16 or 15-year-old Kismet in the background using a Polaroid camera taking a picture of this right here. Now, if you don't notice, everybody, right there in the bank, this is when I first heard of the word trillion. That's right, 2.5 trillion I made in that game. I got 370 million just in cash, everybody. Right here, I had crushed this game way beyond any other previous playthrough. I played it from the 1700s all the way up to the day I was playing it way back in 1986 when I was 15 years old and made 2.5 trillion. So you know you're in the home of the gaming tycoon. So let's go. Let's keep it going, everybody. Right up in here. Big time. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a bunch of this stuff and we're going to put it up for sale. So one of the great things they added to Fallout 76 is the ability for you to sell your stuff. Now, of course, I can go through and figure out how much everything is worth, but I do a solid to all the newbies who are in Fallout 76, and I put everything, regardless of value. Even if it's worth 40,000 caps, everybody, I sell everything for 5 caps as a thank you for all of you coming in and joining us in the Wasteland. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to put a whole bunch of these in here for all the new peeps who want to come in and run around in the Wasteland. Now, you might be like, well, Kismet, it's going to mess up the economy. Well, my little thing is not going to mess up the economy, everybody. You're welcome to come over, buy it from my thing, and go sell it for a whole bunch of money. There you go. Feel free. Come over and grab it and sell it or use it for yourself. I do try to ask people to, only grab it if you really need it. But if you do need it, go right ahead. And I also have specialty items like from Foshnot. Those are worth a little bit. As well, some Foshnot poles here, that stuff as well. Now, again, I'm actually going to just do solids to all the people in the Wasteland, not just the newbies as well, but maybe some of you who are hurting for caps. You're trying to get that next weapon, you're trying to get your next legendary or whatever it is you're trying to buy. Well, guess what? This is for you as well. You come over here, you grab these, I'm going to hook you up. I have no problem getting cash, everybody. In fact, I get cash without even trying. So I'm going to go ahead and just put all of these in here. Oops. All of these in here for 5 caps. Now, I'm going to speed up a little bit because this takes forever if you do it that way. I go like this. I hit Z, and then I hit it 5 times, and then spacebar Z, right arrow 5 times, and do it the faster way. Because otherwise, I got a lot of patterns, everybody. I got a lot of patterns, and we got to get them in here, and we got to get to our dailies here. I'm going to show you how to do your dailies as well, which really help a lot. I'm going to show you some events that go on and how to work and be part of those events even at low level. We're going to get into all of that as well. I'm going to show you how to work together with other people, whether you're in a random group or you're playing with your friends. All of that stuff we're going to get into today. Because, man, I am inspired to play some 76, man. I've been taking care of my IRL stuff, working on some big projects, got those projects done, and pretty excited. Now, these I put up there for 10. I don't know why. I just feel like it. There you go. And there we go. Bunch of killer patterns in there. Go grab them. Go grab them if you need them. Feel free. Now, of course, you can make a lot of money. Probably the most profitable thing in the game is getting those rare patterns and selling them at your camp. Another great thing is also trying to get your weapons going. Now, they have a legendary exchange right over here where you can go in and get all the legendaries that you're not using and exchange them for legendary scrit. And I'll go ahead and move over here so you can see how much I've got right there. You can have up to 6,000 legendary scrit, and then you can change that and actually make your own legendary weapons. It's the only game that allows you to do that. It's the only game in the Fallout franchise that allows you to change the legendaries on your weapons and on your armor and on your power armor, by the way. So you can re-roll them until you get the ones that you want, which is awesome, big time. Also, one of the only games that allow you to change your actual special points. That's right, you can go in and have your special points at different levels for different things. Like maybe you're crafting and you want to have your intelligence maximum, but then you're going to go do a stealth build, so maybe you want to have more of your perception and more of your agility and luck higher. So when you're battling, you can have your special points one way, and when you're crafting, you can have them another way. This is the only game that does that, everybody. It allows you also to switch around your perk points, where in Fallout 4, it's set. The second you pick that perk point, baby, you locked in. But here in 76, one of the most brilliant parts of the entire game, right here. This is the genius of Fallout 76, everybody. And it actually comes from another fantastic game called set it to emote, Foggy. Set it to emote in the chat. Set the chat to emote. You guys have the power as my mods. Set it to emotes. You guys know how to do it? I don't know why people do that. They're bot spamming my channel right now. Hold on. We'll fix it here in a second. Set it to subscribers only and to emotes. Or just set it to subscriber only. You guys know how to do that? Let me know in the chat if you guys know how to do it. I have a little emergency thing that I can do, everybody. I have a little shield thing that I can set up. I'll do it for you. There you go. Sub only. There you go. And then I'm just going to clear the chat. So whenever you get an attack streamers like this, when you got a bunch of a-holes like this who don't have anything better to do with their life, what you can do is you can go in and you can basically just set it to subscriber only in there. And then you can also clear the chat, which if I can remember how to turn on. There's also a shield mode. So I can turn on shield mode here, and then basically it protects against that kind of spam and all of that stuff as well. So feel free to take a moment, everybody, and report every single one of those. Give you something to do or as many as you can before I clear the chat. Honestly, I can't remember how to clear the chat. I thought I had a button for that. Don't I have a clear the chat button? I need to clear the chat button. All right. Well, I got on my... Oh, there it is. Clear my chat. There it is. All right. Cleared that chat. Now, again, everybody, I feel like it's just wasting your time more than my time. Because, you know, you guys just want to chill in the chat and have a good time. There you go. So I cleared out the chat. I thought I had that on delayed, that they have to be on stream, that they have to be, you know, verified and all of that stuff. Hold on, let me see if I accidentally turn that off. Let's see. Yeah, I have it on maximum filtering and it's doing nothing. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I thought I fixed that too. Hold on. Let me do this real quick, everybody. Sorry, everybody. This is kind of killing the momentum of the stream here. But I'm gonna go ahead and block this. Block this as best I can. You know, the problem with these people is that they keep doing this this kind of thing. This kind of thing all the time. So you know, and they'll find another way of doing it because they're a-holes. But you know, that's how it goes. Let me go ahead and I got an idea. Yeah. Let's see. Must have a verified email. Verified phone number must be older than a week. Huh. That means their account is older than a week. They waited a week to spam me, everybody. That's dedication, I guess. Also, completely being an a-hole. All right. Let's see if that helps out with a little moderation there, mods. Now, again, you should know how to be able to go into thing. We can talk about that off stream. How to go into subscriber-only mode as well. If you look on the little sword that you'll see in the chat to my mods, there's a bunch of different options in that mod window. One of those mod windows is sub-only. You guys have the power to turn that on. That's the first thing I would do is if you see people spamming follows or they're spamming like links in my chat, is just to instantly go in and put it in sub mode. This way they have to subscribe. If they want to subscribe 50 times, well, hey, I'm okay with that. And then I'll just ban them out of the channel anyway. But that's the first thing you want to do is you want to turn that on. Also, there's a shield mode that allows me to block any of that kind of spam coming on as well. So very cool. And basically, that's a form of harassment, everybody. And actually, that's against the law. So if you are harassing people like that by spamming them and doing stuff like that, I have zero remorse for you because you're like the lowest person on the planet. You're the level 0 human being because you're wasting other people's time because of your crap. That's for sure. That's for sure. All right, well, let's keep on rocking. And thank you for reporting those, Rotisserie G. Now, let's go ahead. Everybody put a 1 in the chat if you can see and hear me. And let me see if I turned... Let me turn that back off. All right, let me turn that off and see if it works now. There we go. There we go. All right. That's okay. A little training for my mods, everybody. And I appreciate everybody coming in the chat and hanging out. Sorry for that little side detour there. Let's get back to some 76. Now, again, you can actually adjust it. When you get to a certain level, you can adjust all of your perk points, and you can actually readjust all of your perks. So in 1 minute, you want to be the stealth master. Well, boom, you put all your perks for being stealthy. Maybe you want to do some crafting. You put all your perks for crafting. Maybe you want to be a tank. Maybe you want to be heavy DPS. Maybe you want to be any of those kind of things. You can go through and do all of those things in game, which is awesome. And again, only in Fallout 76 can you do that. This is the only Fallout that has those kind of features. So pretty awesome. Highly recommend trying all of that out in game. Now, as you're playing the game, you're going to be seeing, of course, your world map here. You're going to see a whole bunch of little circles on the map. Those are other players. Oh, look at all the low-level players on this server. Oh, well, there's me and Tards are high level. But I love seeing new players, everybody. Oh, we got someone coming right out of the vault. Oh, let's show some love to our new vault dweller, Anderson, coming out of the vault on our server. Welcome, vault dweller. Thanks for coming in and playing some 76. Now, so you never know, by the way, if that level 18 person, Bubba Big Cheeks, is somebody who's on like their 5th character or who's brand new to the Wasteland. I hope they're brand new. And of course, we got some high levels there, 434. We got a level 7 coming in. He's got himself a camp over here. He's at Rotisserie G's camp, checking it out. And we got level 29, Noah Barber coming in. And of course, you can see I've got the Brotherhood symbol, or the Vault Tech symbol on mine as well. And I've got some plans. I got apparel and so on. I wish you could put a little message there that says, like, you know, plans for five buckaroonies. We got Peppery Minotaur over here checking out the Poseidon Energy plant. Very cool. I love to see new peeps coming into the Wasteland and exploring around. Tired Mexican. He's sitting along the road sleeping right now. He's sleeping along the road. He's tired. Now, again, one of the things about the game is there'll be a bunch of events, and those events will show up right over here on the side. So what we can do is we can actually go into our different challenges, and they have this wonderful thing they added to the game. Absolutely 200 IQ, brilliant level is called Seasons, everybody. So each season you earn different rewards, basically just playing the game, right? Doing different things in the game, and you'll earn rewards. Now this is different than the previous seasons. They've changed it where you actually get tickets, and you can use those tickets for basically buying things that you might want out of there. Now, the first thing I would suggest that you grab out of all of this is this one right here, which is what's known as a score boost. It's actually going to give you more for all the things that you're doing. So when you're out doing events and things like that, it's going to give you more score. And score is basically the monetary thing that you earn to get more tickets, which allows you to buy more things. All right. So score basically means that is like the money, right? That's like the currency of this particular season, right? So score is the currency of seasons. So you want to get the boost first because that's going to give you more score faster, allows you to unlock more things. Now, also you can get perk cards, so you can get more cards. And of course, I would suggest if you see it say atoms, right? Because you get a bunch of free atoms for doing stuff in game, and you get a bunch of free atoms in the seasons just by unlocking them. Of course, gold bullion up here is another monetary thing that you can use for buying specialty patterns and really high-end stuff in the game. I'm going to show you how to trade that out here in just a moment. But you want to buy all of that stuff. Now, as you get up to higher and higher ranks, again, you can see I bought the atoms first. I got score boosters, which allows you to boost your seasons even more so, which is pretty awesome. And then you can see that these particular ones are locked. And that's because I have to be ranked 22 to get to there. So as you get more score, you're going to be ranking up your score. So right now I'm 15 of 100, right up there. And when I get to rank 22, I can start getting all of these things, right? Like just yesterday or a day before yesterday on Tuesday, I got to rank 14, right? You can see I'm 15 now. And then when I got to rank 14, I unlocked this window and I could get these atoms and I could get all this other little stuff that I want. Now I'm going to save mine up so that when I go to the next one, I can go ahead and get these atoms and I can get whatever I want out of here, and then so on and so on and so on, and even more so, and even more on top of that, and then more and more loot, and more. Oh, look at that. That's cool. And then more cool stuff, and then more cool stuff on top of that cool stuff, and then even bonus stuff beyond the actual season, which is this is even beyond the season itself, and then even more bonus stuff on top of that. So yes, a lot of cool stuff. Seasons is one of the more brilliant things in the game. Very, very cool. As well as challenges. Now, of course, you have daily challenges, which goes and gets you score towards your seasons. As well, you can use your boosts right up here in this upper right-hand corner by hitting M. You can use those boosts. I usually use the boost when I'm going to be playing 2 days in a row. So I'll use the boost around, say, 4 p.m. Because the server usually resets about 1. I stream about 3 p.m. So I'll use it at 4 p.m. usually on Wednesdays. And then what I will do is I will do all of my dailies and then any epic weeklies that I get done. And then I'll come back the next day after the reset, right around 3 o'clock. That gives me an hour because I started it at 4 and it's 24 hours. And it will give me an hour to go in and finish a bunch more on my dailies and then finish a bunch of other stuff. Or you can, make a bigger window if you want. You could say do it at 4, but then log on at 1 the next day, and that gives you 3 hours to get it done. Or whatnot. So you can actually get 2 days worth of bonus out of 1 bonus. So that's a huge one. That's a huge one for you guys. And I'll help you get it done. Now, I don't really re-roll dailies. And the reason why I don't re-roll dailies because the weekly ones, if you re-roll those and you get an epic, you're going to get a much bigger boost. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and re-roll my scrap screws here, right over here, and say yes, and see if it does an epic one. Oh, no such luck. All right, let's try it again. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, okay, didn't get it. But, that's gambling for you, everybody. But you get 1 free reroll every day. And then, of course, if you have Fallout first, you, of course, get 2 free rerolls every day. And so on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, I will try to reroll my weeklies. And then on Thursday, I will then do all of my weeklies. So that's kind of the end of the week for me on 76. And so I will just then finish all of the ones I can possibly finish. Now, I definitely want to finish all the dailies, and I'm going to show you how to track them. You just get T for tracking right here. This one you don't really need to track because that one you're going to get done no matter what. But this is just so you don't have to keep going in here over and over. So I'll track all of them, and you can see they're popping up over here on the map. Super useful. And then if I had any epic ones that I wanted to get done, because once they're epic, I could just go ahead and get them done. I could track those as well. But right now, we're not going to worry about those. We're going to leave those as is. And we're going to come back to those because it is Thursday, so I do need to get all those done. But we're just going to start with our dailies. Now, also, you can see this thing's popping up and saying free. Those atoms that you get from the season or by doing challenges, or you can also buy atoms too. You don't have to. There's plenty of ways of earning them in-game. But you can go in and get free stuff. And so they give you a bunch of free stuff from time to time. Here in the utility stuff, they're probably giving me something for free. What am I getting? Oh, free lunchbox. All right, lunchbox gives you a boost in game, and everybody around you gets a boost, by the way, if you use it in a group. So there we go. We got our free stuff. Now, they have a bunch of other killer stuff in here. Of course, the Duster, Brotherhood Initiate, which I think is amazing. I already have that one. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, barrack stuff. Oh, Brotherhood Barracks. Camp Kit. Oh, a lot of cool stuff in there. Oh, this has the Flatlands Shelter in it. Oh, I want that Flatlands Shelter. So yes, a lot of cool stuff. Probably my favorite thing they've added is Del Lawson here from the TV show. So very cool. And again, these people are just crushing it. All the cool stuff that you can put in your camps and build in your camps. Now, you don't have to do camps at all if you don't want to. Remember, it's up to you. It's your game. You play it however you want. But you can see there's a lot of cool stuff in here. That's for sure. And you can earn all these atoms in game. Or you can just help support the stream. Or support the game, support the game, or you can support the stream, whichever. You can support the game by simply going in and buying the atoms and, put $5 in there and then buy the fun thing that you want to do. Remember, they don't charge you any other charges other than the initial purchase of the game. So that's how they sustain the game, is basically through these, mostly cosmetic production. Now, to be perfectly honest, these are a little bit of pay to win. Right here. And I'm just going to tell you like it is because I answer to nobody. I answer to no one, everybody. So there's a little pay to win down here. And if that's your jam, more power to you at this point. But I try not to buy any of those things. I typically buy the things that are cosmetic, that don't affect the gameplay. That's typically what I like to do because I love to build. I'm a big builder. I love to get in there and get all the stuff and build. It's pretty fun. Pretty fun stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at our challenges. Our first thing is build a floor, wall, or roof at a camp. Now, I have multiple camps. Rylock is coming in buying some stuff. Let's see what level Rylock is. Rylock is level... Oh, I can't see him. My other guys are in the way. Let's see him. Where is he? He's level 216. So, yeah, he went in and bought a few things. He needs to be healed. That dude needs a heal. But I'm sorry to Rylock, but I'm going to be moving. I'm going to be moving my camp. Sorry, brother. Sorry, bro. Sorry, I got to move my camp. I got to show some stuff here on stream. So what I'm going to do is move my camp over here to the other side temporarily. And you can see we've got some NPCs over here as well. Some colonists, and of course, a bunch of settlers have come back to the Wasteland. In the beginning, there was nobody because Fallout 76 is the first vault to come out of the vaults after the war. 25 years after the war. Everybody else is like 200 years after the war. So they're the very first vault to come out. They're a control vault, which means they didn't have any experiments on them, which is how Vault 45 is, which is my vault, which is not part of the canon at all, everybody. But I've taken 45 for me. It's my vault, and Bethesda's just going to have to deal with it. They're going to have to deal with it on their end, unless they want to use it for something, and then too bad for me, I guess. But there you go. So I got to build some walls over here. Now, I suggest not to build walls, because walls, you have to put a floor down to put down the wall, unlike in Fallout 4. In Fallout 4, you just put walls down and you would have no problem. So I'm going to put a floor down, and floor is going to be the easiest thing to do, and I'm going to put a bunch of them down like this. There we go. And then I'm just going to scrap them. So I can when I hit R, I have different options. Scrap, store, replace, or cancel. Now, replace means that I can go in and replace that particular one, and I can change the look of it like this, which is pretty cool, right? So if you change your mind when you want to change it to a different look, you can totally do that. But you can also store it and then re-put it down again without having to waste your resources, your concrete that you might have collected. Now, I have a lot of concrete, everybody, so I'm no big deal for me. But if you want to actually put more of them down and count it toward your daily, you need to scrap them. Very important. Very important to scrap them out and get rid of them so that when you put them down for tomorrow's daily, you don't have a bunch stored up and then it's interfering with your daily stuff. Now, once it's done, you're going to see this bar come up here. This is your score bar. And so now I just ranked up to rank 16. Very nice. And I got it done. And you can see it's no longer listed in my thing up here. Now, I've also got to repair some power armor. I got to craft some ammo. Which ones of these are the easiest? I would say probably crafting ammo is the next easiest one. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring my other camp right back again, because you can have multiple camps, and you can see I've got a bunch of them up here. If it lets me click the thing. There we go. And you can see I have a bunch up here. Tycoon HQ, which is my primary camp. Some Kismet kill boxes way out by the Scorch Beast Queen. I have junk camps and just one called Camp 13. And I can actually even get even more slots available for even more stuff as well. Now, I did see an event pop up called Eviction Notice. Eviction Notice is one of the greatest events in the game. It's also one of the hardest events in the game, and you're going to get the most legendaries from that particular event. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and switch here. We're going to come back to all this other stuff, our dailies. And I'm going to switch over. I'm going to get my power armor out. Now, I have a bunch of specialty items because I've played the game for a while, though I have restarted 6 times. Now, why would I do that? Why would I delete my character and all my loot, all my reputation, all of my items and gear and all of that stuff? Why would I do that? Well, as they improve the game over the years, and they've massively improved it, I wanted to play it through from the beginning again so I can get a sense of how well the game is coming along. And I can tell you, they've really fine-tuned it to make it super fun, whether you're in the beginning, middle, or toward the higher end of the game where I am. Now, you can come out here as a low level, but just so you know, you're going to get radiated a lot. You're probably going to die a lot, and that's okay as long as you're getting that big money, everybody. As long as you are running around as a Wasteland Tycoon, getting them big dollar bills, that's what it's all about. Now, I've got my crew standing by over here on the Discord. Let's say hello to Rotisserie G over here. I can get it to undo it. Ah, it's not undoing my thing. Ah, my foot pedal's not working. Oh, all right. I got to hold it over here. Hey, Rotisserie G, what up?
Good evening.
My darn foot pedal's on strike again. All right, let's turn the game sounds on. Let's do this. All right, so the first thing we got to do in the event is destroy the meat bags. They're around somewhere. Get into some action. Oh, we got a big super mutant. Now, this super mutants are going to be super tough, everybody. They're the toughest in the game. Now, what I do is I do what I call tag them and drag them. So I tag them, and then I drag them. And then other people will tag them, and then they'll get credit too. Here's an amazing thing about Fallout 76, everybody, is the fact that it is instant. Every mob, if you hit the mob, even if you're level 5, and you come out here, say, with a 50 cal like I have, or a shotgun, or a pistol, or whatever you got, and you hit them a few times, you're going to get the cash. You're going to get the drops. And so is everybody else, because everybody gets their own individual drops. Brilliant. Brilliant addition to the game. So all I have to do is just tag them a little bit here. And this way I'm not just insta-killing all the mobs and then all the new players doesn't have a chance to get a hit in. I suggest as a new player that you have an explosive weapon. A weapon that can just kind of hit near the baddie and get a few hits in before the super OP people come in and just one-shot everything. Because there is some people, you know, very small percentage, maybe 1 or 2% of the people in the Wasteland who only care about themselves. And the same thing in life, everybody. There's a lot of people in there, they only think of themselves and they think of no one else. I am the type of vault dweller that thinks of my fellow vault dwellers and try to hook them up with some serious loot. Now, see, I don't really need any of the loot at all. I'm at that level where I've played the game for a very long time and really don't need the loot. I need the XP, though. The XP helps you with your score because you can earn XP, and that XP then is an infinite loop of earning more score. So if you just go in and do a bunch of events like this and tag a bunch of mobs, you're going to get a bunch of XP. It's going to give you that score boost, which you're going to see pop up eventually. And then you're going to be leveling up like crazy. Now, the fastest way to level up, I think, is to do these events. I've seen some people get 10 levels. 10 levels in a single event. Let's get into it. And this is a 50 cal explosive gun. It has a heavy amount of ammo. You can see I have 250 ammo, so I can just kind of spray and pray kind of thing, like the weapon from Fallout 4. Oh, look at this guy from behind. Now, if I want to get serious about killing them, because they're super mutants, they take a lot of extra damage from laser weapons, and so I can annihilate them if I wanted to. But I usually don't. I usually just tag them, let everybody in the area get it. There we go. Now, I have a button that mutes the game sounds if I want to, because this way it's easier for me to talk to you guys. So what I do, oh, look at this guy up here at the top. So what I do is I think of it in terms of a multiplication of loot, right? So if I kill the mob, I'm going to get the XP from killing the mob, and I'm going to get the loot. But my team also gets the loot. Oh, there it goes. There we go. See, you got the bonus for getting XP right there. So we got some score earned just from killing mobs. And so if I kill it, I'll get it just for me. But if I'm in a group, then my whole group gets those drops if they're nearby. And then if I let everybody get it, so it'd be 1 times for me. It's 4 times if all of us are getting the loot, or it's 10 times or 20 times the loot, up to 24 players on a server. I believe it's 24 players, if I'm remembering correctly. And that means it could be up to 24 times the loot is dropping if I just, not insta-kill all the mobs. And that's what I highly recommend, everybody. You do this. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, and then you kill them. So everybody has a chance to get a few hits in and whatnot. If you're the only one killing the mobs, that means no one else is getting any XP and no one else is getting any drops. And that sucks. And that sucks for your fellow Vault Dwellers. And that means they're not getting geared up. That means that they just stood around for 10 minutes and got nothing out of it. And you don't want to do that. You want to encourage them to come to events and be part of the events and do the events. And then do other things as well in the Wasteland. You never know. You might need someone to wander around and talk to while you're in the Wasteland so you're not so lonely. That's what you might want to do. You might want to meet a new friend in the Wasteland who's going to back you up when those bunch of death claws come out of nowhere. Look at that. He threw that in the air. Threw a molly in the air there. Be thinking of finding friends in the Wasteland. And you never know. Those friends might have those rare patterns that you're looking for. Another way of looking at it. Somebody down behind there. I'm coming. Kismet's got you back. I had some action points. Drink my coffee. I'm coming. I got you, brother. Oh no, I died again. I got you, brother. I got you. Even at level 350, you can die. I got you. Big love. Big love. See? Look how awesome the people are in the Fallout community, everybody. Amazing. They're the reason why this game's still going, everybody. And the reason why I still play it. Because I think the community is what makes it awesome. All right, I'm missing out on a bunch of loot, but that's okay. Let's get back to it. Man, there's a ton of them down there. Oh, we need the rat scrapper replaced. All right, time to wipe some of these guys out. Here we go. Got a laser. Now, you might be thinking, Kismet, you're killing all these mobs. You know what I'm doing more than killing the mobs? I'm dragging attention to the mobs. That's what I'm doing more than anything else. I'm dragging attention so a whole bunch of people work on those particular mobs. It's a pretty cool idea, I think. And so, oh, look out! That's a bomber, everybody. Look out for those guys. Those guys are dangerous. They run up on you with a nuke. They're a suicider. Pretty scary. There we go. Let's keep her rocking and rolling. Oh, look at that Gatling plasma he's got. Neato. Now, down here in this bottom part, everybody. Oh, somebody got me. Down here in this bottom part is where the legendaries usually spawn. There's also some spawn up there. Shoot me from behind or something. Shoot me. You also need to watch out for your radiation. You're going to see I'm going to remove my radiation right here and then use a stem pack to heal up. Lethal force engaged. Now, if I want to, I can just hold the button down. And they're dead. If I want to. There's something going on over the hill there. Is it over? Kind of feel like it's over. All right, so we took care of business. Now, this is a really cool thing with Fallout First called your tent. But one of the greatest things they've added to the game, everybody, is this. You ready? I'm going to hit R. Look at all that stuff. It's going to AoE loot the entire thing. I don't have to loot all of that. It just looted everything for me. It is awesome. And again, only in Fallout 76. Very, very awesome. Unless you use mods, of course, in Fallout 4. But this is part of the base game. I use no mods at all. And they put a bunch of amazing features into the game. So I'll run around a little bit, and it'll just look around my area to see if there's any loot that I might have missed. And basically say, hey, Kismet, boom, here's your loot, bro. Which I like. Now, of course, you can see I'm getting a massive amount of legendaries popping up over. There's more legendaries popping up right here. Because, again, this game is one of the biggest legendary, best place to get legendaries in the game. Now, if I use my scroll wheel, you're going to see that I have my different weapons and items like that. But also, I have my survival tent right over here that I can hit by hitting T for tent. And then I can go ahead and pull mine up over here. Put it down pretty much anywhere except for in a zone in which it's like an event zone. If you notice, I can't put it down directly in the event zone. I have to kind of put it off here to the side. But then this has a bunch of benches in here that I can do stuff with. So I can go in the weapon bench and I can scrap out all these weapons. Now, I might get a pattern out of it. I might get a mod pattern that allows me to mod that particular weapon, like minigun or something of that nature. But also, I'm getting a bunch of steel, which I could use for crafting as well, or repairing, or whatever I need to do. And so I'm going to go ahead and just scrap all those out. And I'm a super looter, everybody. I loot everything. I loot it all. So if you like that sort of thing, if you're a super looter or you love to wander the wasteland, hit that follow button and hang out in the stream, because we do a lot of fun up in here. I'm going to get rid of those eyeglasses. And there we go. We've cleared all of that out. Now, I've got my stash, my scrap box, and my ammo box all in the same place. So the first thing I want to do is go to my scrap box and put all this stuff that I just picked up and scrap into the scrap box, and I'm good. Then over here on the ammo box, I can hit T to drop a bunch of the ammo that I'm not using so it doesn't weigh down my character. And then over here in the stash box, if I'm overburdened with a whole bunch of these, say these legendaries, I can put those into my stash box temporarily so I'm not overburdened, and then I can go ahead and teleport, because you can't teleport while overburdened. But you can in Fallout 4, which I'm going to show you in a future playthrough starting in just a couple weeks on Monday. Not this next Monday, but the Monday after that. And I'm going to show you how in my 11th playthrough, how I dominate the Wasteland also in Fallout 4 as well. All right, so in my case, I'm not overburdened, so I can just go ahead and jump back. That's because I have a bunch of buffs that allows me to carry a lot of stuff, including my power armor, which is allowing me to carry a lot of loot. Very, very cool. Oh, it failed. Oh, because they didn't repair the thing fast enough. Oh, I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice. So there we go. I just came out of the vault. I need a base to save game, or can I leave it and pick it up where I left off? You don't need to save anything. It auto-saves. Because it is an online game. So you can just log off and it'll save it for you automatically up on their servers. So you never have to save anything. Is there friendly fire? Not currently, but there is PvP in the game, which I think they should have left the other PvP modes in. Because it's, you know, if you go halfway into something, it's like going halfway into love, everybody. If you go halfway into love, it's never going to work out well. And the same thing with games, everybody. You go all PvE or all PvP, and I've been telling game manufacturers this forever. You do one or you do the other, but you can't mix both of them because it rarely ever works out well. And you can see so many games in the graveyard that tried to do PvP and PvE at the same time. And that was the biggest failure of Fallout 76, by the way. Not just the launch problems, but the fact that that only a small percentage of the Fallout community wanted to do PvP. Like 1%. Out of the whole entire community, out of millions of players, 1% wanted to do it. And so they made their own mode. They made a battlefield type of thing called Nuclear Winter, where you could battle other vault dwellers and whatnot. And that was fun, I guess. It didn't have the magic of like Battlegrounds and Apex Legends or things like that. But it was kind of a cool idea, and you can see they were trying that idea out. And it miserably failed because, of course, people start cheating in those type of games because it's more about winning than actually being good at the game, and they just get focused on I'm just going to cheat and get all of the stuff and win that way. That's where you instantly are a loser. If you have to cheat, you are a loser every single time, I think. But then again, I'm old school. I'm of the old school way. So, again, they tried that, and then they also tried a separate survival mode where you can do PvP, and that also failed because not a lot of people wanted to do it there because, most people nowadays, they're not like the old school gamers like me who would see somebody else, and they would see you, and then you'd be about the same level, and it was all about your skill and your ability to rotate your different skills and out-rotate them and outdo them based on your actual ability and not the fact that you're level 50 and they're level 3. Yes, that you're so much higher level and OP to them that you're basically ganking them or harassing them. And that's the problem with gaming today, is that it's more about harassing other players than competing with other players. And that's what ganking is. That's what, I have people from time to time be a-holes. They come up and they blow up my camp. Well, I don't care. I got tens of thousands of resources, and I can click one button and it repairs the whole entire thing. It just shows me that you're a terrible human being. And I think they should take the PvP completely out of the adventure mode. They should remove it completely from the game and give them a PvP mode and bring Nuclear Winter back. Bring us the survival mode back. And do that. But it costs them money to do those servers. And if no one's using them, then that's money out of their pocket, everybody. And that's why they canceled those things, because they weren't getting enough interest and enough people playing it. And I tried to warn them. I told them, I said, look, this has failed again and again and again when you try to mix PvE and PvP. PvP people, which I love PvP, everybody, when I love it. I don't love it when I'm out collecting berries and someone comes up and tries to gank me. That's lame. That's a jerk thing to do, especially if I'm level 5 and they're level 50, right? That's just you being an a-hole. Now, if you're level 50 and I'm level 50 and we go into the PvP and we're battling it out and we're all having a great time because we know we're there for PvP, and if we die because we just weren't good enough. That's perfectly okay. That's perfectly okay, everybody. I have no problems dying in PvP. I am a big fan of PvP. I like PvP, and I don't want to force people who want to do PvP to do PvE, and I don't want to force people who want to do PvE to do PvP. Don't force people. Don't be Preston Garvey. That's what I'm telling you. You're like, Kismet, what do you mean Preston Garvey? Well, if you've ever played Fallout 4, and I love Preston Garvey, by the way, because he's the one that stands a post for all the people who can't. He's the one that protects people. He helps the little guy, right? So I like Preston Garvey. But the way that they programmed him, and I blame Bethesda for this, not Preston Garvey, in Fallout 4, and he's an NPC in Fallout 4, for those who don't know. And what he does is he says, hey, another settlement needs your help. And he gives you this quest. Now, he doesn't ask you whether you want to go do this quest. He gives it to you no matter what. He takes your choice away, and that is what pisses people off the most about Preston Garvey. Now, all of you who have played Fallout 4, imagine if Preston Garvey came to you and said, hey, the settlement contacted me, and they said they needed some help. Do you want to go do that right now? You're like, Preston, I'm level 5. I can't go over there. It's too high level. Could you hold on to that quest? Right now, I'll come back to it. He's like, no problem, Kismet. You come back to me when you're ready. See the difference? See the difference? Now you are in control. You have choice. But that's the biggest failure in Fallout 4, is that Preston Garvey does not give you a choice. He only gives you a choice in one quest, the castle quest, and all the other quests, he just gives them to you regardless of your level, regardless of how you're doing in the game. He just forces you to try to go do those quests. And you're like, you know what, Preston? Get away from me! And you run away from him so you don't get those quests, so you can run out of there. You're like, get away from me, bro! I've done it myself, I can tell you. For sure. Fosh nodded. Oh no, Tardis. Yes, there is a little PvP, but there we go. Is there a storyline to follow in Fallout 76? There absolutely is, Lester, and you can find out why there's Scorched Beasts. You can find out who released all of the super mutants and all of that, and you can even find out how Caps got started in the Wasteland. That's right. That's in Fallout 76. Fallout 76 is the prequel to all the other Fallouts. They came out 25 years after the bombs dropped, which is the very first vault to do so. And by the way, if you didn't notice in the Fallout TV show, a little bit of a spoiler, kind of, that the actual West Coast Brotherhood takes commands from the East Coast Brotherhood now. It used to be the other way around, where West Coast would tell the East Coast what to do, and now it's the West Coast telling the East, now it's the East Coast telling the West Coast what to do. If you didn't notice that, you might notice it on your next watch through of the Fallout TV show. So yeah, all you Brotherhoods, Ad Victorium brothers out there as well. So yes, a lot of cool stuff in here for sure. You could be standing a mile away from him and he'll still give you a quest, kids. Exactly. You're like, no, prison! I don't want that quest! Run away! I've tried it. It fails most of the time, but I have actually run away from where I didn't get it. Lester coming in. Oh, that's very kind of you, Lester. I appreciate that. Says also, thank you for thoroughly explaining everything. You're an amazing streamer. That's what I do. I love doing commentary here in the stream and talk about Fallout and talk about gaming. It's one of the great passions of my life. As well as graphic design and art and 3D animation and, of course, all the techie stuff like, megabytes and megabits and hard drives this and, technology that and iPhone this and Android that. I love all of that stuff. I also like to hydrate from time to time when I've been talking for a while. All right. Let's get to it. Okay, so the next thing we want to do, again, is look at our dailies and try to get our dailies going. So what else we got? We got feral ghouls that we got to wipe out. We got to repair some armor, weapons. Now, this is actually a really great trick right here. I should have done that when I did that event. But when you do events, you're going to get a bunch of weapons and armor and things of that nature. And then you get these items from the event and repair them, then scrap them. So repair them first so you have a bunch of stuff you can repair as you go along. Now, I might have some stuff to repair. Let's go see. Let's see what I got. Now, if you notice that most of the time I do have the sound off, if you don't like repetition or if you have if you're partially deaf like me in one ear, I don't like the constant overlapping of talking because it muddles in my ear. And I really feel like they should tone that down because it's like talking. The NPCs just never stop talking. It's like that person like talking in your ear, right? You're like trying to watch a movie and they're like, oh, what did it? That's what it feels like. So I usually mute them. That's why a lot of times when I'm standing at my base, you'll see that I've muted the game. Again, I have my suggestions, everybody. Cross-play and reducing the cross-talking. If they did those two things, and of course, this game would blow up even more than it's blowing up right now. It would be in the stratosphere, everybody. So all right, so we're going to check our weapons. Well, our weapons don't need repaired, but we do have some legendaries here, and we can see if we need to repair any of these weapons. Right there, I can use a repair kit on it, or I can use a workbench repair. Now, my repair kit is actually going to double the durability, which I don't want to use. But I'm going to just basically wander down here, inspect each one of these, and see if they need any workbench repair, which they absolutely don't, which is a bummer. And then we'll go over here and we'll say, okay, we want to modify repair items over here. Do we have any items over here that we can repair? No. And again, these are a whole bunch of legendaries that I just got as a drop from that event. Look how many I got, everybody. A lot you get from that event. Called Eviction Notice. It's awesome. Awesome for getting legendaries. Even if you're low level, you can get tons and tons of loot from there. Now, another one here is my Secret Service armor. This is specialty armor that you can earn in the game using your gold bullion, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But you can go in and you can basically repair all this stuff. Now, all my stuff's repaired, so I don't need. I keep my stuff in good condition, everybody. Now, another thing I can try to repair is my power armor. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I find my power armor. There it is right here. I call it the Samurai power armor. It's pretty cool. And I'm going to put it pretty close to this. Don't have to put it exactly on there, just somewhere close. And then when you go to modify the thing, it'll pull the power armor that's closest to it onto the thing. Okay. We got some Nocturnal Raider armor that we can repair. Okay, we'll repair that with Workbench Repair. There we go. And then this one over here, not so much. And then all of my power armor looking pretty good. Well, maybe we can get this one. Yeah, there we go. There's one. All right. A little bit of repair. Now, one thing I noticed also would be a downside of Fallout 76, and I've mentioned this before. is the fact that it seems like every mob in the Wasteland has armor penetration, meaning that my power armor is mostly useless. They're going to shoot right through my power armor. It does do some damage reduction, but I feel like you don't even need the power armor to play the game, everybody. You totally don't need any of it at all. But I use it because I love the jetpack, but I actually have 2 jetpacks. You see, I've got this jetpack, boom, and then I also have the jetpack when I'm out of combat, like this. Now, in the show, if you notice that they actually have it where the jetpack is in the wrists, very Iron Man-like. And you can see I've got another jetpack over here I could use. I love the jetpack. Very, very cool. So again, you can do it with or without your power armor just fine. So there we go. Now, I've tried to repair that stuff. Now, another way of doing it is to make an item, like a weapon. So I can go in and I can craft up various different weapons, and I can put legendaries on them. And again, this is the only Fallout that allows you to do that. So I might go ahead and get myself, let's say, what do we got? A gauze rifle, a gauze shotgun, I don't know, some sort of fun thing in here. Maybe just a 10mm pistol. Let's do a 45. All right, so we'll make a 10mm pistol in here. We'll go, oh, I made 2 of them, by the way. See, it doubled up. We've got little 10mm rounds here, but we'll grab a little bit more. I've got about 7,000 stored up there. And so what I'm going to do is take this 10mm pistol in here somewhere, wherever it's hiding in my stuff. There it is, right there. So I'm going to take this 10mm pistol. I'm going to reload it, and I'm going to go shoot it a few times at some stuff. So let's go find some stuff to shoot it at. Now, this is one of the guns you start with in Fallout 4 and also in 76 you might run across. 10mm pistol is very, very useful. Also, you might notice it in the Fallout TV show. The second she picked up that 10mm pistol, I went, oh, it's a 10mm! I did that a lot when I was watching the series, everybody. I was like, oh, and that's the thing, and that's the stuff, and oh my god, the bag! The bag, I knew what that bag meant, everybody. That means overburdened. There's a feral ghoul, get him! I gotta kill some ghouls anyway. Oh, look out! Mole rat! Get him! Got him! Alright, there we go. We got a few of them. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get my other 10mm pistol. I'm going to do the same thing. Got all this loot laying around. Alright, what else we got? And I just kind of shoot randomly off into the wasteland to see if it aggroes any mobs. The 10mm pistol is actually a pretty reliable pistol, especially if you go heavy pistols with your perks. Pretty reliable pistol, pretty consistent in aiming, because you can hold down your right mouse button and aim. By the way, if you didn't know, in Fallout 76, just like in Fallout 4, if you get up close, you can actually use it as a barrier, like this. Whoa, hold on. More mole rats. Reload. Now, you might see that popping up from time to time. That gives me more mole rat meat. And meat from mobs. Now again, if I roll up right here, I can use this like it's a shelter, like this, and you can actually use it like you would in, no, not on that one, but you can use it like you would in Fallout 4, like cover. So you can actually go up to items and use them like cover, and then lean out and shoot, and lean out and shoot, which is really fun as well. There he is! Didn't quite get him. Digging a hole. Aha! I know your little trick, how you end up behind me. Okay, so I went and I used my weapon a little bit. And what that does is that brings the durability of my weapon down. Every time you use a weapon, whether you're shooting a weapon or you're using a melee weapon, it will bring the durability down. So if I want to scrap or repair weapons, I want to bring the durability down so I can then repair them. And that's the whole reason why I did what I just did. Now, let's go ahead and run over here. Now, if you've never seen my character, everybody, there he is, looking good. Might notice the glasses. These glasses are inspired on those glasses, which are called the fashionable glasses in-game. I actually do have a red fedora, as well as a whole entire Vault Tech outfit that I put together. That's my own unique outfit, called the Wasteland Tycoon outfit, where I have like a suit, because, of course, I bought Vault Tech in the lore, in my own lore anyway, after the events of Fallout 4. So I bought out the Remnants of Vault-Tec, as well as Diamond City and a whole bunch of other stuff, which you'll see me do again, by the way, in playthrough number 11, coming up in a week from next Monday. So there we go. So now we can come back and we can try to repair these weapons. So this is a really good way of doing this. You use the weapon and then you come over and then you try to inspect, repair the weapon. Oh, I can't inspect, repair them because I actually doubled durability them. But that's a great trick if you want to try to do that. I forgot to take my double durability thing off when I crafted those. My bad. But that's okay. Now I can also just scrap them as well right up here because I don't really need them. There we go. There we go. All right. Now I have a bunch of legendaries on me as well. I want to go ahead and trade out those legendaries so I can go and get legendaries that I want. I don't need any of these. So we're going to get rid of all of those. I suggest not to save this stuff for later, everybody. Just get rid of it because you only have a limited amount of space. The number one thing you do in this game is loot management. That is the number one thing. This is a looter shooter. So it's really an RPG, but I consider it a looter shooter because you have to do a lot of loot management. Absolutely. Whether it's your ammo or items or whatever it is, you got to constantly making sure that you're not overburdened all the time because you cannot quick travel while overburdened. So it's going to make you have to walk a long, long way to get back to your camp.
Be sure to stock up
Usually.
while you can.
Those NPCs are super annoying. All right, so I'm going to mute them. So we're going to go ahead and trade all the stuff to the vendor. Now, the vendor starts off with 1,400 caps right over here. And I'm going to show you how to make a ton of cash right at the very beginning of the game, easy mode. All right, I'm going to show you how to do that here in just a second after I go ahead and clear out some of my inventory. So I just picked up a bunch of stuff that I don't really need right now. There we go. And then purified water. Now, purified water, you can sell that to the vendor, everybody. You can produce it in your camp, and you can sell it. It's one of the few things. You can't sell ammo. It's one of the few things that will make you infinite money in the base game. As much as you want. No cheating, no shortcutting. It's part of the game mechanics. And so, boom, infinite cash with purified water. Both in Fallout 76 and in Fallout 4. So there you go. In fact, I make so much cash in Fallout 4 that I can buy out every single vendor, which is hundreds of thousands of caps, every couple days in game. Every couple days. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. I discovered it on a little bit on the end of my first playthrough and then definitely on my second playthrough of Fallout 4, which is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Ooh, that's a Mark III stealth boy. Ooh, that's nice. I'm going to sell it anyway. Someone can go buy it out of the thing. Now, I get a lot of loot, everybody, so I'm going to get rid of most of my rataways and keep just a couple rataways and a couple ratax because I don't use them all that much at my level. But lower level, definitely want to have a bit of rataway. Want to have rataway and water because when you use rataways, you're going to need to drink, right? And the same thing with stem packs. That's why purified water is so useful to carry around. Or like melons, which is both food and water. You can use those as well. Super useful. In the Wasteland. You can see now that my weight is much lower, and I still have 722 over here caps in the vendor. Now, I'm purposely not going to max out the vendor for right now because I'm going to show you at level 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever you feel like doing, when you come out of Vault 76 and you come running down the road and you do a bunch of these fun quests over here, you're going to be around level 5. So here's what I suggest you do. You run down the road, you follow this down here, and you end up right here at a place called Sylvia Homestead. Now, there's also events there, so you can just jump to those events and get that unlocked. But at the very beginning of the game, this is the first place that I kind of wander to after I do the initial questing up there in the front at Flatwoods, little area, is I'll come down here, and this is the greatest thing in the game, in the beginning, I think. Now, here's the thing. There's not too many mobs over here. They're low level, no big deal. Now, based on your level, though, they will scale up. So if you're level 100, they'll scale up a bunch. If you're running around with a level 400 and you're level 5, well, guess what? They're going to be scaling up those mobs. So best to sometimes run around by yourself if you're trying to do simple stuff like this. Now, what I do is I run up over here, and I'm without my power armor, and I make sure that I have one of the greatest perks in the game on, right? And one of the greatest perks in the game, and I have it on all the time, I never take it off, and that is Green Thumb. Now, Green Thumb is going to double whatever I collect. So if I collect some corn, it's going to give me 2 corn instead of just 1, right? So it just so happens that there's a bunch of corn over here that cannot be destroyed, that is part of the open world, that I can just run along and pick up. That's it. You go pick up some pretty flowers out here in the middle of this field. And there's a whole bunch over here. I'm just going to pick up just a little bit, just to give you a little sample of how quick this is. Now, if I hold down Shift key, I can run and then pick it up even faster. Right over here. And we'll pick a little bit of this up here. Again, I normally, in the beginning, I would pick it all up because this is all dollar bills. Now, this is easy money, everybody. This is easy money in your pocket. Easy to do. And there we go. That's probably good enough. And just in that amount of time that you watched me do that, I have picked up 58 corn. Now, each of those corn are worth 1 cap. So I just made 58 caps in the few seconds that you saw me do that. Right? Now, you think that's cool. Let's run over this way. And we'll get our weapon out because we might need a little bit of something going on over here. Let's get our explosive weapon. And so you run into this bunker here. And sometimes there's some baddies, but there's no baddies currently because probably some low levels have run through here. And then look at this, a power armor frame. I wonder if something special appears right here. I would come and take a look. Now, if you want to know a secret, oh, what's going on back here? Look, we got a little teddy bear. Always look for these teddy bears, everybody. Brilliant environmental design, both in Fallout 4 and in 76. You're going to find little gnomes, little things back here. And so I like to pick up the little buttercup thing back there. Now, there's a bunch of resources in here. There's shotgun shells. There's all sorts of steel and rods and bubble gum and all sorts of killer stuff, which I'm going to leave for new players. I'm not going to pick it up because if I pick it up, then the new players are not going to be able to come and grab it. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that there along with all these other resources to do them a solid. Also a great place to repair your weapons right there. A free weapon workbench. As well as over here, we have also another weapons workbench that you can use. So great little spot to find some special things. So I would especially take a look in there and come back and take a look multiple times for stuff in there at the beginning of the game. Now, there's another spot along the same area, way over here on this side, that we're going to go check out as well. Now, I'm avoiding the buildings on purpose because in the buildings, there's going to be scorched and other mobs that are going to attack you. But I'm going to completely, what I call mob dodge, those mobs. Again, I'm just running around in my normal outfit. And I'm going to go over here in this wild razor grain here. Now, I'm going to go real fast, and I'm going to pick up all this razor grain because most of it's in a row. So pretty easy. Again, I'm not going to get all of it, but if I was you, I would in the very beginning because I don't really need the caps at my level, but I'm just showing you that there is a massive, and I'm just hitting E over and over again as I'm running. Oh, I see somebody shooting at me. Oh, we've got a little liberator down here. We're going to blast that. There we go. I have the sound off currently because, again, I don't want that overlapping dialogue usually. Okay, so just in those few seconds you saw me do that, guess what? I went in, razor grain, 84. So I just got 84, and there's actually like 100 of each of those, corn and there. So just in that amount of time, I basically made like 130 caps. Like this. And all I had to do is pick up pretty flowers. That's it. I picked up some flowers. I picked up some razor grain. I picked up some corn. And now I'm good. Now, another thing has to do with your charisma. Now, if you have high charisma, like me, both in game and in real life, at least I hope so. So what I do is I go in and I take that and I sell it to the vendor, right? Now, you might want to keep a little bit so you can plant it at your camp. But especially in the beginning, and you only need a couple of them to start with. And then you can take it from there and utilize your high charisma for better trade rates. Great mentats, which Bethesda themselves, by the way, sent me this. Wasn't that nice of them? They sent me just the mentats, and I added the word grape. Because grape mentats help your trade rate with the vendor. So you use your grape mentats. At this point, let's see if I have any on me. Let's see. Nope, none on me right now. Maybe the vendor's got some. Let's see. Do you have any grape mentats? They're all used up. But if you save your grape mentats, you can use them for better trade rates. So if I go in and say I'm trying to sell purified water, you can see the value of it for me is 5. And why is it 5? Well, that's because I have certain perks that boost it, as well as you can see I have max level charisma, which is 15. And then I have this perk, which is called Hard Bargain. And of course, it gives me better trade rates with vendors. So buying it for less, selling it for high, right? That's the Wasteland Tycoon style. That's what we do. We make a lot of cash. You'll see me save like $1,000 on the Overseer's Guardian in Fallout 4. You'll see me save tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of caps over the playthrough that I do both in 76 and in Fallout 4. So pretty amazing, I think. It really adds up big time, especially when you're selling a bunch of things like corn. So the corn here, instead of just being worth 1, is now worth 2. And so now I just doubled my money, everybody. So now instead of getting 58, guess what? I get 116 because I have high charisma. I have my better trade rates. And if I use my great mentats, it'll hit a certain ceiling. It can only go so high no matter how much charisma you have. Now, before I do that, though, I'm going to show you what my actual charisma is right now in the game, because you can go look at your special points. My actual charisma is 16 because I'm getting boosted by 1 on top of my 15. And what's boosting it? Well, I can tell you, it's my fashionable glasses right here. Because the fashionable glasses typically give you a charisma boost in there. Now, also what I could do is I could use the boost from my camp, right? So I can run over here and I can click this boost, which is an instant boost, by the way. This is the perfume dispenser. This is an instant boost that gave me 2 more charisma just in those few seconds that you saw. And now you can see my charisma is 18, right? That's a lot of charisma, everybody. That's a massive amount. And so I go in here and I try it again. And again, you'll see when we go to do the corn that it's maxed out at 2. It can't go any higher than that. But that's okay. I doubled my money. I made 116 caps. Imagine I'm level 3 or 2 or 1 or even 5. And there we go. And I doubled my money on the corn. Now, razor grain is always going to be 1 because that's just the way it is. But boom, there's 84 right there. And I just made 300 caps, roughly, just now. Just in a few seconds, collecting some plants. GG's, I'm good. Right? Now, also, like I said, you can also have things at your camps generating purified water, which I'm doing over here, a massive amount. This is 60 purified water, 60 times 5. You can do the math yourself. Every couple hours in game. A whole bunch of other stuff, fertilizer and popcorn and whatnot. And some of this stuff goes to quests, like popcorn and honey are used for quests, both daily quests, because popcorn is a pre-war food. So you can do it for that, all of those things as well. So very, very fun, I think. Big time. Yes. I like base defense type games. Is there a lot of scenarios where you build your base and super mutants constantly trying to attack? Yes, actually, Lester. Especially in Fallout 4, but in Fallout 76 as well. You'll see that I do have some defenses of my base here if they do come in. Also, your NPCs or your allies will help defend it. I haven't seen the new guy defend him yet, but I haven't been attacked yet in here. But sometimes super mutants will come down and start attacking, or mole rats or whatever, and then your allies will help you. And this is Del Lawson. This is the new guy. He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. From the TV show. And the TV show is phenomenal, but one of the best gaming adaptations ever done. Up there, if you liked Last of Us, if you like that adaptation, oh man, you're going to love some Fallout. I'm telling you, you're going to love it big time. And I was so happy, but I was praying it was going to be good. I was like, please, please, of all the stuff in the world, make the Fallout show good. Because I'm a huge fan. Fallout is my favorite series. So, yes, not just TV series, but I'm talking about gaming series of all time. And I've been playing games for 50 years, so that's saying something. That's saying something. I played a lot of games, everybody. Probably more games than you've probably seen in your lifetime. At least some of you. There you go. Do you need to do it? You don't need to save nothing. It auto-saves. Now, sometimes if you get disconnected, though, it might trip you up. So I suggest if you like it, you go quit out to the main menu and you come back in. That's a good way to just make sure. You know what I mean? Pop out the main menu, come back in, look at your base. Everything's still cool. All right, awesome. That's a good way to force it to save. Let's see. King Coco, Kismet, don't know if you answered. If you leave game, does it pick up where you left off? Yes, it does. In fact, not only does it leave where you left off, but it actually, your generators will stop when you're offline. So this does not work offline. So it'll remember how much purified water is in each of these when you go offline. And then when you come back on, it will then generate those purified waters based on your in-game gameplay, not offline. But of course, Skull and Bones does offline, which is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yes, it does. It saves all your stuff. You're at that house just outside base 76. I haven't got a base yet, so I was worried I'd lose your items. You don't lose nothing. If you die in the game, the worst thing you can lose is the junk that's on your character. That's the worst thing. You don't lose your weapons or armor or items or anything. You don't lose anything from your camp or anything. Even if someone comes in and destroys your entire camp, you just go down here to this thing over here, and you're just like, oh, let me just repair the whole entire thing like this, and just go repair all structures. And if you have the resources, it'll just instantly repair it all. Which it basically just eliminates PvP. PvP is dead in this game, everybody. It's irrelevant. It's stupid to do it. It was poorly implemented in the beginning anyway, both for PvEers and PvPers. It was a test that they tried to do. I tried to warn them it was going to fail, but they don't listen. And that's why they probably got rid of those people and brought the A-Team in. Because now they got the A-Team on Fallout 76, everybody. They're doing a lot better. They brought NPCs back to the game because that's one of the biggest parts of the game is you're interacting with NPCs and working with them for them giving you quests and things like that. It was all robots and terminals at the beginning. But I understand why they did it, though. And they said they were going to do it, right? They said, look, you're the first vault. You're the first people back out the wasteland. Everybody else is dead. They all died to the nuclear apocalypse, or they died to different factions fighting each other and wiping each other out. Okay, that's reasonable. I'll go with that storyline. But you don't want to have it like that forever, because guess what? It's not fun to play. And so if you want it to be fun, you'll definitely want to have people come back to the wasteland, and that's what they did. And I feel like they had that already planned anyway, everybody. I feel like they went, because you can't just make an expansion out of nowhere, but it's not like you just, do it in a weekend. It's not like you make Wastelanders in a weekend, everybody. You really don't. You got to have a lot of people who got to get approval, a lot of people who got to spend time and effort into making those things and making the NPCs and getting the dialogue and getting the voiceovers recorded and all of that stuff. And of course, writing all of that and coming up with the concepts and all that. That's a lot of work. That's not like in a weekend they're going to do it. Now, I'm sure there's some super geniuses out there who might try it in a weekend, but that takes a lot of effort and a lot of time. So I think they already had it already. So there you go. And big kudos to them for doing it, because it really helps the game a lot. Hey, Kismet, I'm level 30 on Fallout 76 and having issues with not having any stem packs. Any tips or recommendations? Absolutely. First, hit up some camps, right? There's going to be some camps that have some cheap stem packs in there. In fact, sometimes I just give the stem packs away. I just put them in my camps for free. So there you go, just to help the thing. Also, as a new player, you want to run over here and you want to check. Oh, look, there's a stem pack in that box right there in the donations box. So grab some in there. Now, the next thing I would do is also get the stem pack recipe if you want to make it yourself. But if you're not a crafting type of person, that's fine. And you can go in and actually make your own. I think it's in here. I haven't made them in a while because I get a ton of them every single day. And I'll show you how to get a ton of them without even making them. Let's see. Drugs. Stem packs are in here somewhere. I think it's actually under healing. There we go. So you can go in and make some stem packs. Now, you're going to need antiseptic, which I have 9,000. You need blood packs and steel. Now, here's a cool thing. There's actually a thing from the building where you can get those blood packs right here called the morbid well collector. So if you can find one of these, usually during Halloween, you can get that and then make yourself some stem packs from that. Very cool. Now, you know an even better way to do it? One of my favorite perks in the game is this one right here. Pharma. It is incredibly powerful, not only for making money, but getting a lot of stem packs and getting a lot of radaways and things of that nature as well. This is all chems, by the way, not just that one. I'm going to move myself over just a little bit. 80% chance at max level to get chems. Now, again, remember, this is in the luck line. So I can get 80% chance of finding extra first aid chems in chemical containers. So anything that helps with first aid. So where do they have stem packs? Well, also they have little medical things that you can use if you have caps. Like if you just go to the cap thing that I just showed you how to make a ton of caps from. Over there at Sylvia Homestead, you can buy them right in here in these little things at all the different railroad stations and from the medical supplies. Now, of course, you can also use your perk and then go to all of the medical locations, right? So right down here is the AVR Medical Center. I'm going to jump down there just to show you how to get some easy stem packs. You ready? Easy mode. Here we go. We're going to hook you up, brother. Do you have the Fallout First subscription? I do, Lone Wolf. I am actually sponsored by Bethesda and Bethesda Gear, so they do sponsor my Fallout First, but I would have bought it anyway. And I do give away a ton of Fallout stuff here in the stream. I literally give away, I don't know how many copies of Fallout now, Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 and other Fallouts here in the stream. I don't know, 50 or 100, a lot. And then, of course, just thousands and thousands of dollars worth of Fallout 76 and Fallout 4 and Skyrim and so on, and Starfield gear here in the stream. So if you like to win free stuff, you probably want to hit the follow button, because remember, it's open to everyone, not just subscribers. So there you go. Everyone has a chance to win. Absolutely. And of course, the more you lurk in the channel, the more Kiz Caps you earn, and you use those Kiz Caps to buy tickets for the giveaways, and they're open to everyone, as long as you're a follower. So hit that follow button. Okay, so AVR Medical Center. There you go. You just you earn those by just lurking in the channel. Don't have to be subscribed. Just hit the follow button, so you're earning those Kiz Caps. And then when the giveaways come up, you'll see it on my social media. You'll see it typically in the title, unless I'm doing what I call a stealth giveaway, where I give away and don't tell anybody, just the people who usually hang out in my stream as well. Oh, how about that instead? How about my awesome community giving you a free sub? Now you're even better off. Let me tell you that here in just a second. Let me go ahead and wipe out these scorch. You want to get all up in my business. They just want a hug. There's like, kids, I want a hug, bro. Can you give me a hug? Right over here. So there you go. You just got a free one. Now, of course, you got the epic Kismet emotes. Feel free to try them out in the chat. You got the animated emotes. You even get the holiday emotes, if I remember to put them up there, as well as you get 3 times the Kiz Cats by lurking in the channel, and 3 times the chance of winning the giveaways. That's right. So a little bit of a bonus for subscribers, but you remember, you don't have to be subscribed. You can just lurk in my channel, earn those Kiz Cats, and I've seen people come in and win $250 worth of loot here in the stream with 1 ticket, because everybody gets a ticket for free. Absolutely. Again, I like to show love to everybody. In fact, as a viewer, if you just hit the follow button, you get free emotes too. Nice emotes as well. So you can do GGs in the chat. You can do my little tip of the hat in there as well. You can use the 1 emote, which I say all the time. Hey, everybody, can you hear me? Put a 1 in the chat, kind of thing. You can use that 1 emote and really interact in the stream as well. And the more you interact in the stream, the more Kiz Caps you earn, the more that everybody earns, by the way. We're a team here in the chat. So if someone does something awesome, like they put, the Polypop reward, or you hit a sound effect at the right time, then I just press this button right here, boom, and everybody in the chat just got 1,000 Kiz Caps toward future giveaways. There you go, for asking a fantastic question. So great question for sure. There you go. There you go. You got yourself a free sub. See, that's how awesome my peeps are in my channel. So feel free to chill out and have a good time. Okay, so now, again, back to the question of getting stem packs. Let me show you. You run around here in the medical area, and this is going to be the highest chance of finding your stem packs, because, of course, this is a medical area, right? This is where they're making the stem packs. This is where they're trying to heal people. What? That's a scorch without a head. Whoa, that's a magic scorch. That's freaky when that happens. All right, so we run in here and we're going to say, okay, where is our stem packs? Guess what? Boom, in the mirrors, right? Didn't get any stem packs this time, but you saw the thing pop up. That's my bonus. And so instead of just having 1 Rad-X in there, I got a Rad-X and a diluted Rad-X. So check the mirrors, right? That's the first thing that I do in every location, not just this location. Now, microscopes, oh man, they got some good loot from them microscopes, and that's a daily thing too. That's it. Oh, there it is. Boom, and you see again, everybody, see how often that procs? It procs all the time. Even if you have it at 1 point, it actually goes off quite often, and now I just got some more bonus loot, some more stem packs and rataways, and so on to get it going. Now, also, you want to build up your damage resistance, so you don't need as many stem packs as well. So if you got get better armor, legendary armor, and kill the mobs faster, I call it proactive healing, where you kill them very, very quickly, so they don't hit you as much. That works as well. So again, mirrors, boom, got the bonus. That actually had nothing in it. And then when that proc, it actually put the Rad-X in it. Look, another one, medical bag right here. Boom, super stem pack in that one. Again, from that particular thing, it proc, there was nothing in there. Now I got a super stem pack, easy peasy. So you can make them or you can collect them, especially using your perk bonuses for sure. And I suggest to have like a collection set of all of your things, because you can move your perks around. You could have a set like I have right now, which is pretty much like a battle set, and then a little bit of collecting set in there on the side there with Pharma. But I also have a set that this actually is my collection set here, with a bunch of stuff in there, or you can just mix it in your main set, right? So this one is all about finding like bobbleheads and magazines and doubling up any food that I find with canned Dune. can do right here, which basically 80% chance of finding extra food in containers, 80% chance of finding extra chems, and that's how I end up with just a massive amount of stem packs. In fact, so many that I usually sell them to the vendor. I mean, I'm selling hundreds of stem packs to the vendor, and so is a whole bunch of other people. So if you need some stem packs, you can also, if the people are being nice on voice chat, you can also say, hey, anybody got any stem packs? And I bet you a bunch of people come and give you some. Absolutely. Because that's how awesome the Fallout community is. They're like, oh, this dude needs a stem pack. And they'll be tripping over each other to give you the stem packs. They absolutely will. And that's one of the greatest things about this game. Imagine it Fallout 4 with friends. That's what it is. And you're going to meet a whole bunch of people in there, and there'll be a few of them that are like, homophobic and racial slurs and ridiculous crap like that. And there'll be a whole lot, that'd be like 1%, and then a whole lot of the other 99% are like, oh, you need some setbacks? Here you go. Well, here's a weapon. Here's a legendary weapon. Here's some armor. Here's some stuff. They'll give you a whole bunch of stuff and hook you up big time. All right, I'm wiping out all the scorched here. Now, here's one thing that you don't want to spend too much time. You don't want to end up like this person. If you have low luck, everybody, believe me, this is going to take you a long time to get that pie. I've only got it twice in 76, and I've got it, I think, once in Fallout 4. And that's usually because my luck is usually low, because I'm using more crafting and support stuff than everybody else. And I only try it once every time I see one anyway. But yeah, don't waste away in front of that. Make your own food. All right, back to it, everybody. Again, we're going to be running long on these streams, having some fun. So there you go. Thank you for the tips. I greatly appreciate your help. Keep up the awesome content. Thank you, Overrated DC. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. All right, I'm fast traveling out of here, and I am out. There we go. Now, let's get back to our dailies, and let's get these done so we can get some of our season done and get all that stuff going as well. Again, I say just hang out in the channel. You never know. Somebody might do a bunch of gifted subs, and then you're just going to get more and more loot, everybody. Again, look at those sponsors down below, my Twitch panels. Look at them. They're big ones. Big ones down there. Big ones, but not because I'm a big streamer, everybody. It's because they say, Kismet, we love what you do. We love your passion for Fallout and gaming in general. We'd love to sponsor your channel and show some love to your chat. And that's how they do that, everybody. Not because I'm the biggest streamer on Twitch. Sometimes you just got to be the best or love what you do, have a passion for what you do as well. And I'm of the age, everybody, I just ask. And if they say no, I'm like, okay. I don't take it personally, everybody. If it's not in their budget or if they can't do it, that's perfectly fine. I don't feel entitled, like, hey, you should do this because I'm a Fallout, streamer or whatever. I never do that, everybody. That's not a great way to approach anything. And now you see I've got 120 stem packs sitting in the bank right now. I'm going to sell some of them. I know you'll be like, yeah, man, I need those. But again, here's the cool thing. I can sell them to the vendor, and you can go to the vendor and buy them from the vendor. That's right, even if I'm not online, by the way. And see, what I'm going to do is now get the rest of these caps down here. And sadly, they don't have the thing that tells you how much this is worth while you're doing the percentage like they do in Fallout 4. But here we're just going to go in. Oh, Moonshine Jamboree, another fantastic event, and a mutated event as well. Let's try 28. Okay, that's half. So 28 was half. Sell that favorited item. And then we'll sell 28 more, roughly. Let's do 32. I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing the math. Now, I could have Suri do the math for me. Hey, Suri, what's 42 divided by 8? There's 8 down here at the bottom.
42 divided by 8 is 5.25.
5.25, so basically it just means 5. Boom. Okay, now you sold everything and you're like, oh man, I don't have anything that's 2 caps. What do I have that's 2 caps? Well, in Fallout 4, you would use like 38 ammo, and I would sell the 38 ammo over here because usually 38 ammo is worth 1. Mine's worth 2 because I got a bunch of boosts on right now. But the other thing that you can do, and you're going to end up with an absolute ton of them like me, 341 of them, and one of my favorite jokes of all time on Todd Howard, someone had to premeditatedly do this, everybody. They had to buy a box of bobby pins, put it in their pocket, take it to a convention where they knew Todd Howard was going to be, walk up to Todd Howard. This is one of the stories that he talks. Todd Howard, for those who don't know, is like the Fallout god, everybody. He's like the leader of Bethesda. So he goes up with this thing of bobby pins, because in the beginning, the bobby pins weighed an absolute ton. They weighed as much as a truck. So he goes in, he takes his bobby pins, little tiny things, and he throws it down on the table in front of Todd Howard, and he says, "Weigh those," which I think is brilliant. I got to give him credit. That was a lot of work, because the weight of all the items was way off in the beginning of the game. Everybody, the bobby pins were way too heavy, but now they fixed it, so it's not so heavy now. But bobby pins are a great thing to use to get those extra little caps. And those extra little caps add up over time, everybody. They certainly do. Now, let me go ahead and get my wheel back in order here. Wheel. There we go. Let's see. Where is my... Why do I have that in there? Let's change that out. I got to put my popcorn back in here. There we go. And now you can see I can get my food up down there. And I'm just using my buttons on the side of my mouse. I have an awesome... Corsair Scimitar, everybody. This is an incredibly fantastic mouse. It's got 12 buttons on the side. That's how I'm pressing all of these things, is by simply using the bias. I'd love to be sponsored by Corsair. I have been sponsored by Elgato in the past, by the way. But Corsair makes amazing mice, and this is my all-time new favorite. It used to be the Razer Naga, because the 12 buttons on the side just makes you own the Wasteland, everybody. It makes you own any game. It makes you rule, because you don't have to reach up and press the buttons. You just... using your thumb. Like this. Watch this. You ready? Let's do it. Let's do it right here. 1, 2, 3, and 1. There we go. See, it just switches between... Oh, sorry. No, I was doing it backwards. This is 1. There we go. Melee weapon. Ranged weapon. Close-up weapon. Or ranged weapon. I could kind of versatile, that particular weapon. But you can see I can just do it with the mouse on the side. So big love to Corsair for making an awesome mouse. One of my favorite parts of the mouse, by the way, is the little tab. So you know where the 5 is. Kind of like, you know, on the keyboard, there's a little raised thing there on the keyboard. So you know where the F and J are. If you never knew why that's there, everybody, for those who don't type or not typist, that's why that's there. So you can use your fingers to find those two things, and then put the rest of your fingers on there so you can type. That's what those are there for. And the same thing on the side of the mouse. The Logitech G600. I've had Logitech. It lasted me 9 years of hardcore gaming back in World of Warcraft way back in the day, buddy. 9 years. That's a long time for any product. Even like a refrigerator, that's a long time. Or a washer dryer. That's especially when it's giving heavy use. Way back in the day, it was an 8-button. I think it was a G500 Logitech, or 520. I think it was a 520. But very awesome. Big love to Logitech. They do make some amazing stuff as well. Very good, solid thing as well. But I like me some Corsair Scimitar. But if you want to upgrade, and this is wireless, by the way. See, wireless. I don't have to do the whole thing you're always doing with the cord, where it snaps on the side of something, or on the side of your keyboard, or on the side of your desk, or whatever you got on your desk. Keeps messing you up when you're in the battle. You're like, and then it screws you up, and you're like, oh God, and then I died. Whoa, we got some love coming in. There we go, the Rev coming in, getting some love from Outlaw Vader right there. We got a Love Train Conductor in the chat. There we go. It's the Kismet Energy and Love. There you go, Mega. Yes. I love what I do, everybody. My job is bringing a little joy and positivity into your day. That's what I do every day, all day. I love doing it. It's very, very fun. Now, I used to be a graphic designer. I don't do graphic design for anybody anymore. I have 100% achievement in real life, everybody. I've been a graphic designer for 30 years. I work for the top companies in the world. I've done every type of design that you can do, including working on a small little company's product, which you might have heard of, Fallout. That's right, the original Fallout 1, or we called it Fallout in those days. I used to work a lot on Interplay box art. They came in where it was already pre-done, and we did what's known as pre-press and printing, where we'd send it off to the press and make sure it comes out right, because there's one thing about designers, is they know about design, but they don't know about printing. So I knew about design and printing, which made me the big bucks, everybody. I made more than some people make in a lifetime, and I spent it all because I was a young idiot child in my 20s. But I had a good time, partied at the river, went and spent a lot of time, bought expensive things. And then after a while, you realize if you're not enough without that stuff, everybody, you're not going to be enough with it. That's just the thing that I learned in my life anyway, that it's just stuff after a while. Right? It's nice to have your bills paid and all those things so you don't have to worry about them. But I'm just as happy with having, $5 in the bank, or I think I have $7 in the bank right now. I'm just as happy with $7 in the bank and being with my wife for 31 years and spending time with my kids and being able to stream and do all those things just as much as if I had a mansion and fancy cars and all that stuff, because I've had those fancy things. And I can tell you, after a while, they're just a thing. They're just stuff. And by the way, you acquire a lot of stuff. The funny thing is, my oldest daughter, who just turned 19, my oldest daughter is moving out of her dorm because she's going to college, which she pays for herself, by the way, with scholarships and everything else, because I can't afford it. I don't have any more money. I spent all my money on doctors. That's a story for another day. But she was moving out of the dorm and going to get her own apartment now, being a responsible adult. And so she's got to pay for it. So she's got to go work during the summer. But one of the things she said to me is, man, I didn't realize how much stuff I have. And I'm like, welcome to adulthood. For sure. The Mighty Warforged coming in with 40 months of sub love. There you go. Yes, that is a bummer. They don't make 12-button mices. Yes, the Corsair does, though. I highly recommend the Corsair. It works right off the gate, by the way. Excellent software with the Corsair as well. I feel like the Logitech software has kind of gone downhill over time. I don't know. Maybe you've had a better experience than me. The two people who have terrible software, I would put Corsair at the top and Elgato. I mean, way at the top. Elgato at the very top. They have fantastic software for all of their hardware. Just incredibly fantastic products. Probably the best products in their entire market. Absolutely. I have a ton of Elgato stuff as well. Microphones and, cameras. That's how you guys can see me with the Elgato face cam right now. But probably the one I would put up there is Corsair software, because nobody thinks about the software. Because if you have sucky software, then your mouse doesn't work very well. So I would put Corsair and not Logitech, but Corsair and Elgato at the top. Logitech under that, who is okay software, but their software's been going downhill. And then underneath that, I would put that other one, Razer. Razer has terrible software. Absolutely, if they spent enough time on their software as they did on their hardware, they'd have much better software. But their software is terrible, both on PC and on Mac or whatever you're using it on. It just is bad. They really need to work on it. There you go. Yeah, it was never their strong suit. Yeah, they're a hardware company. But if you're making great hardware, it's kind of like a rocket that you make this beautiful, awesome rocket, but it only has one tiny little engine that makes it go. Right? You got to have both. You got to have both to make an amazing product, I think. And that's where Corsair and Elgato is just knocking it out of the park, everybody. Just every single thing. You see the new stuff they came out with, the Neo stuff? So if you're new to being a content creator or a streamer or whatever, or you just want to do your own thing and get a whole set of stuff just to get you started, kind of like a starter pack, boom. And it's really good price for it as well. So you can get like a light, you get a microphone, you get all that stuff in one little thing. Go check it out, everybody. Again, non-sponsored. I'm not sponsored by Elgato. I've been sponsored in the past. I'm not an Elgato partner, though I'd love to be, because I'm just not big enough, everybody. I'm not a big enough streamer for them to do it. But hey, I'm okay with that. I'm fine. I'll give them a shout out anyway. If you make great products and you make great games, I'm going to give you a shout out whether it's sponsored or not. That's just where I am. And if it sucks, I'm going to tell you that as well. If it's crappy, and if it has terrible software, I'm going to tell you that as well, because I tell it to you straight. I don't answer to nobody. The great thing about being older, everybody, is I answer to no one. I don't have to do anything I don't want to do, and if the Fallout TV show sucked, I would tell you it sucked. But it doesn't. It's really, really good. It's really good. It's not just as a Fallout show, but I mean as a show in general. I mean, you don't have to know squat about Fallout, or you don't have to know squat about any of that, and you could still enjoy the entire series of it. Absolutely. Remind me very much of that kind of The Boys. A little bit of the harshness of The Boys meets, the excellence of Game of Thrones. And that kind of high-budget production that they have for Game of Thrones. So if you like Game of Thrones, or you like The Boys, or you like stuff like that, Fallout's going to be your jam. Absolutely. So yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You just picked up Fallout 6 on a Steam sale, so I plan to start in the next day or so. Oh, you playing on PC? If you're playing on PC, you're welcome to add me. My name's really easy to find. My name is Kismet in the game. I know, crazy, right? You can go ahead and add me right here, and you'll show up now here. Now, the only thing I require is if you do add me to your friends list, is that you come into the chat and say, Kismet, that's me. I'm such and such person in there, and that you be awesome. You work together as a team. All right, I'm missing out on Moonshine Jamboree, but I think I can catch just the end of it and get all the credit anyway. By the way, if you are low level and you want to do a crazy little trick, you can wait about 5 to 6 to 8 minutes in and just show up at the end and get credit anyway. You ready? Let's do it. Watch this. I'm going to show up at the end, and I'm going to turn the sound on because it's going to get crazy up in here. Oh, no! Sister G, down! Likely Bear, I'm coming! I got you, brother! Look how Rotisserie G ran over there to help him. See? We help each other. That's my team right there. And then I'm going to jump up here. We got 3 seconds left on wave 3. Let's get in here and lend a hand.
Jolly good show. We've got just enough.
There's a lot of action in this game. Very, very fun. These events are the best, man. They are the best. Look at that. Likely Bear saying thank you to Rotisserie G for the res. Now we're trying to defend these different things.
Sizable salamanders do that every day.
Crank him down just a little bit. There we go.
Standing word, moonshiners. I don't think I've ever seen the.
I like to shoot through the windows and hit the mobs. It's real fun. Tag him and drag him. Let's go, baby. Whoa, over on this side. Oh, we got to look out for these guys. These guys are real dangerous, the anglers. Now, when I want to get serious, I pull out the Gatling laser. Because guess what? I have a perk that doubles my fusion core, so instead of having 500 shots, I have 1,000 shots. It is awesome. I can just melt those guys down. Look at that. I got to help them out just a little bit over there. Look out, Likely Bear is on ya. Get him. Now, my peeps are taking lots of damage, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run in here, and I'm going to throw on my team medic right now. So when I use the stem pack, guess what it's going to do? It's going to heal all my team over here as well. As long as they're nearby. Like Rotisserie G over here. Throw a little stem pack his way. There he goes. Oh, crawler. Oh, those things are dangerous. Oh, it's melee. Oh, we got to go melee. All right, let's do it. You can't kill him unless you're melee. Let's get into it. And these are the mutated events. Everybody puts a little spin on all of this. Kismet got you back. Now this is the auto axe, everybody. The auto axe is awesome. It is crazy OP. Shh, don't tell anybody. Oh, and I died to the fog. It happens. It happens. So that's a bunch of poison. I wasn't in my power armor. I forgot. And that poison is deadly, everybody. Very, very deadly. So let me get my power armor on. Right over here, and that'll help mitigate some of that poison. Well done. And it doesn't matter if you die. If you die, you only drop your junk, and you can just run back up and pick it up. Oh, see, look, sharing the stem pack. Sorry, I was busy. I was busy getting my power armor on. All right, let's try this again. Woo! Gotta get in the middle of it. Look at this guy over here. Get him! Get smoked. Now you can see the mutations right here. If you click on it, it'll tell you what the mutations are. Like right now, can only be killed by melee attack. So we definitely need to, you have some people doing range, and so you get them down to low health, and then the final hit has to be melee.
They all look so slimy and useless for anything other than...
That was a lot of action. So what I'm going to do is just kind of knock them down a little bit and then let peeps finish them off. Oh, look out, Rotisserie Jake. Now, one of the things you can do is you have a weapon like this, and if they get low health, you can hit the Alt key, and it does a rifle butt, which is a melee attack. So you can even use a melee attack, like right here. Where'd you go? I just rifle butted him to death. Like that. So that works as well. So again, if you are wondering why they're not dying, definitely check those mutations. Now this is a rotating event that comes up from time to time. It's actually really fun. One of my favorites is the one that kills all the one-shotters. There's a thing where it'll reflect the damage. And so when all the one-shotters come out to try to steal all the mobs and let no one else get any XP, it reflects back and kills them instead. I think it's hilarious. Probably they don't find it as funny as I do, but I do. Oh, there's level 620. Almost back to 650 again. My previous character was 650. And then the other 4 characters before that was various levels between 100 and 300 or something. I don't remember. I could go back and look, but, eh. Oh, I get some feral ghouls in here, too, for my daily. Ooh, mama. This one, you get a lot of XP for this one. And if you want to get most of your dailies done really fast, just do a bunch of these events, and just randomly you'll get them done.
My eyes. If I had tear ducts, I would cry at a moment like this.
Now, see, I only spent a couple minutes, but I just got a crazy ton of loot, everybody. And I got the finished loot as well. And even if you come over here and stand here, you'll get the finishing loot because you got the event, and just everybody else is doing the loot for you. So if you are low level and you want to just get the loot, just run over here and stand here until the event is over. Right? Or get a explosive weapon, which is always a good idea, a 50 cal like me, or explosive shotgun, a pipe rifle, whatever you can find, or someone can make for you, or can find in a vendor. And you can also modify it to make it explosive in the workbenches. And this is one of the ones where you get the highest amount of XP, because there's a massive amount of mobs and massive amount of loot. Now, I'm overburdened right now, everybody. I'm 560. I need my buddy with that bag. From the Fallout TV show. I need that guy with a big bag. I can put that down. All right, there we go. Boom. Put my camp down here. And we're going to go over here. Oh, I got to repair a bunch of weapons, too. Okay, I'll show you guys a little trick that I use. Let's go to the stash box. And let's put some of these... oh, these got any damage? Oh, these don't have any damage. No, they don't have any damage. If you have some stuff that has some damage, yeah, like this one, you can just put that in there. And then save that to repair that when you get back to your camp. Now, the thing I probably have the most of is going to be this gulper, acid, and innards. So I'll take that off. Wow, look how much it went down, right? It was like 500, now it's 388. And then, of course, all this other stuff, we can go ahead and offload all of this. This is all good stuff. Bunch of Mirelurk stuff there and spoiled vegetables and stuff. I'm going to show you a great trick with spoiled vegetables as well. But it's usually either your weapons and armor or it's your food. Sometimes it's the aid. And look, I got a mutated party pack because I did a mutated event. So even if I didn't do anything, I would still get it because I got the quest when I showed up. And then you open up these little mutated party packs. And boom, you get a bunch of extra loot. See, pretty cool. I love that whole idea. That you get a whole bunch of that. Oh, and I got a plan out of that too. Ooh, is that a new plan? Let's go see. Now, one of the smart things they finally did in the game also is they put the word known in front of plans that you already know. Why is that important? Well, there's hundreds of them in the game. So if you buy a plan and you already know it, and you buy it, you spent money on that plan, and then you double click on it and say, sorry, you already know this. That sucks. That sucks big time. So this way you also know which ones you can sell and which ones you already know that you have and stuff. So very, very cool idea on their part to add that. Now, we can also take some of our scrap. One of the biggest tips I'm going to tell you when you run around the wasteland for being overburdened is simply find any workbenches, even a power armor workbench, and you can scrap items. Now, I want to show you the difference. Watch this. I'm going to move myself over here. Now, right now, it's 365 weight that I'm carrying around on my character right now. Now, if I simply go to the workbench, I hit scrap items, and I say scrap all junk, it's going to take the primary item, like a bucket, and convert that into like metal, right, or steel. And so it's going to basically reduce the size of it all. It's going to melt it down, basically. So it melts it down, boom, and I also got credit there. And then I can, this stuff also makes it into stuff, so you notice that some of it doesn't automatically scrap. That's because you can make stuff out of it, but I'm just going to scrap it all anyway. Right over there, and the stinging barb. And there we go, and watch the difference, everybody. Watch the difference. I'm going to put myself back over here. Now I'm at 180. So that just took away about 150 weight simply by scrapping it in any workbench. Now, again, that's something you're going to struggle with in the game. You're going to struggle with being overburdened all the time. Just find yourself a workbench. Doesn't matter which one, except for the cooking one. Any workbench other than the cooking, you can go up to, including the power armor frame, and just say scrap items, scrap a bunch of your weapons, scrap a bunch of your armor, and especially just use this quick button right here, which is scrap all junk, and that will reduce your weight so you can travel and get the heck out of there before a bunch of other stuff comes up and tries to eat you. So that's what I do. I reduce my overall weight, and then I can bounce out of there and fast travel out of there. You notice that there's a delay, by the way. See the delay? That only happens when there's mobs nearby that might aggro on you. So they make you wait. But if you don't have mobs nearby and you're out of combat, you can just instant travel like this. Very cool. There we go. Isn't the show T60 power armor smaller than it is in the game counterpart? Yes, a little bit. The actual person that's wearing that power armor, by the way, is like 6'8" in the thing. I saw a documentary on it. On that there's just one guy wearing all the power armor. And that's the trick, right? The other people are not really wearing the power armor, but sorry to spoil that a little bit for you. But that's how movie magic is made, isn't it? I guess it doesn't really make a difference whether you know they're really wearing it or not. But that's real power armor, though. If you notice that most of the stuff in the Fallout TV show is not CGI. They're not leaning on CGI. Those are all practical sets. That's the real vault. I just saw a thing from the guy who's the Overseer, who also, by the way, is the guy from Dune, by the way, the Quizark Hatterack. That's right. I didn't notice it until the very last episode, that's the guy from Dune, and also from Twin Peaks, but I've never watched that show, so I don't know him from there. I know him from Dune, the original Dune, which is actually my favorite Dune. Some people don't like that Dune. They're like, that Dune sucked. I loved it. I loved it from the first time I watched it. I thought it was amazing. And I love the fact that you can hear their thoughts, and that it narrates through their thoughts of what's going on. And I read the book before I even watched the movie, by the way. Not everything is exactly as the books is. Some people are hardcore. It has to be like the books. Well, guess what? If it was like the books, it'd be like 43 hours long. And by the way, there is a really long version of Dune. By the way, if you've never seen the really extended version, it's like 4 hours or 6 hours or something nutty like that. I forget. But I've watched it. It's really long and awesome at the same time. You're almost never be as overburdened as Kismet. This is true. This is very true. I am overburdened all the time. Have you started a new character in Fallout 76, or is it the same one from the beginning? This is my 6th character. Since the beginning of the game, since the Xbox beta when the game originally came out, I played Fallout 76 the whole time, and I've never stopped playing it. But I don't play it all day, every day, right? I play it for 2, 3, 4 hours, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I don't burn myself out in the game. Plus, I also, games like Starfield and like this and other games that come out, I will wait for them to get good, because sometimes they don't start good and they kind of get good later. Great example, No Man's Sky. Just an absolute train wreck on launch, very much like 76. But I didn't have the problems that everybody else did. I had no problems. The only thing I had problems with was some of the storyline and the way they breadcrumb a little bit of their quest lining. I hate that Raider robot, which you're going to run into. I'm not going to tell you who it is or where it is, but I hate that robot, and so when you run into it, you'll know why. And I hate that whole entire quest, that it forces me to do that quest. But other than that, it started out fine for me, right? And so, great example again, No Man's Sky started off a train wreck, and now it is one of the greatest games ever. And those updates are for free, by the way. They spent the last decade giving you free updates. So, yeah, amazing. A developer who absolutely loves their product so much that they have been working on it for 10 years and just constantly making it better. Highly recommend No Man's Sky as well, everybody. Absolutely. And I recommend those developers for hanging in there and saying, look, we tried, but we're going to make it better. And we're not going to keep telling you we're going to make it better. We're just going to go and make it better. That's even better. Don't tell me you're going to make it better. Go do it. Make it better. I don't need to know you're going to do it. You go and do it, and when you've done it, then you can tell me, hey, we did it. We made it better. All right, awesome. Let me see it. And that's what they did in this game. They made Wastelanders, which is amazing, and Still Dawn, which I just finished again in the game, which is very cool because it actually has an effect on which NPCs you see in the game. It actually has an effect on your overall gameplay. It's pretty cool. Pretty awesome. Okay, still trying to get my dailies done. All right, craft some stuff at the workbench. Let's go. We got to craft some ammo. Now, I don't really need a bunch of ammo right now, but I'm going to craft a little bit just to get this done. Now, I have some ammo perks that allows me to produce a whole bunch more ammo. So I'm just going to make a bunch. And you see, I just made 640. Now, how did I make 640 in that amount of time right there? First, you see this right here? Super duper. Just doubled the amount of ammo I just made. right? So, there's somebody in the chat. Hold on, somebody added me. Who was it? Overrated Daisy, are you in the chat? Say something in the chat. I thought I saw you. Yeah, you're in there. You said thanks for the tips. There you go. Friend invite accepted. There you go. You're in. You're in. Feel free to come join us. You can actually find me on the server wherever I'm at. Come join us. We do a bunch of events. Going to earn you tons of loot. If you need backup in the Wasteland, you let me know. There you go. There you go. Lucy was in Toronto last weekend, but I totally missed it since I didn't know. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah. I want to meet the Overseer. That's who I want to meet. The guy from Dune. Because I'm an Overseer. I'm Overseer of Vault 45, everybody. We are the Vault that are the Entrepreneur Vault. That actually is the precursor, and it was stolen from us. The Institute stole it from us, the Teleporter. And if you've never seen my opening intro, be here to next time, tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can see my Vault Tech intro where I open up the vault door and you teleport inside Vault 45. That's where you are right now. You're in Vault 45 right now, everybody, if you didn't know. So there you go. Big time. Yes, that would have been cool to meet her, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could see that they had a good budget, everybody. It wasn't like a fan fiction show. That's what I was afraid it was going to be, like fan fiction, right? But no, it was good. It was very good. And see, it's all about the writing. You could have amazing actors, but if you have crappy writing, DC, I'm talking to you. I love some of the DC characters, but I love Superman. Superman's one of my favorite. Every time I hear dun 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 dun, goosebumps, bro. Look, it just did it, right there. I'm telling you. Every time, because I remember watching the first Superman movie with Christopher Reeve, everybody, and after that, I actually watched the original show with the other guy, which I forget his name. Went right out of my head. And then I watched the black and white show as a kid, and I love that first Superman movie. I love Christopher Reeve as Superman, and I actually like Henry Cavill. I've grown to like him more. I don't like the writing of the Superman, but I like Henry Cavill as Superman. I think he makes a great Superman, and if they hadn't made him a little bit too evil for me, I would have been fine. George Reeves, yes, that's it. Yes, George Reeves, that is correct, and thanks for being my memory, because now you just earned the entire chat 1,000 Kids Caps towards future giveaways. There you go. There you go. Thanks for being in memory. And by the way, also, on top of that, another 1,000 Kids Caps for being a Turbo user, by the way, a Twitch Turbo user. Twitch Turbo is the single greatest way of supporting all the streamers on the chat, or on the stream, everybody. Every streamer, 9 million streamers here on Twitch, and you can support them the best way by getting Twitch Turbo, because Twitch Turbo, 1, makes it where you don't have to watch no ads. 2, the streamer gets credit for those ads even though you're not watching them. And 3, it helps every single person that you're watching. So go get Twitch Turbo, everybody. Even if you don't want to sub to my channel, that's perfectly fine. Go get your Twitch Turbo and support every single streamer on the platform. Amazing, amazing, and I think a super deal as well. So there you go. Never have to watch any ads ever again. Pretty awesome. Big love to them. Thanks for being my memory in there. It's in there. It's hard for me to recall it out of that memory, everybody. It's like a bad holotape up in there, for sure. Yeah, Christopher Reeves is the Superman from the Superman movie. Superman 1 and 2 and 3, and then those other ones were terrible. I like 1 and 2. 1 and 2 are good. Especially 1. 1 is perfection, everybody. It's absolute perfection of a Superman movie. His origin story, how he comes to be, and see, the good thing about Christopher Reeves, he feels like an average Joe. He's not like super jacked like all of the superheroes are now. He's an average Joe who just all of a sudden figured out he had powers. His parents are like, whoa, okay, how are we going to deal with this? And then he goes out and becomes a decent human being, which is funny because he's not a human being, is he? He's from Krypton. He's not from the world. And the same thing with like Superman and Batman. Wonder Woman, they did a good job. That was a good movie. I like that. And I actually like the original Batman with, I forgot his name too. You've seen a lot of him lately. He's doing a lot of great stuff. Oh, because I watched it in the movie theater, everybody. What's the name of the original Batman? Mr. Mom. I remember him as Mr. Mom more than I remember his name. Oh my God. I have sleep apnea, everybody, so I have trouble remembering things. Not the first comic book Batman, but the Batman after that. Michael Keaton. There you go, Trotsky. I think he did an amazing job. He took so much flack for being Batman back in the day, by the way. I remember that. How everybody's like, oh, Mr. Mom's going to be Batman. And he crushed it, man. And he crushed it again, by the way. I only watched the Flash movie because he was in it. A little spoiler there, by the way. Definitely worth watching that Flash movie just to see him as Batman again. So amazing. So yeah, Michael Keaton, another 1,000 Kiss Caps in the chat. Nice. Yeah, Mr. Bob was a great movie as well. But he was amazing in that. And you know what they did when they went to theater? You guys may not have seen it when it came out in the theater. I did. And there was a line around the block from one of the largest theaters where I lived in California. It was called the Crest. And you go in there, and they had the sound cranked, man. They had it jamming. And it stayed there for months, everybody. It's probably the longest single movie I've seen in one place forever. And you go in there and you sit down and you could feel the Batmobile in your bones, everybody. That's how low it was. It was like, you were sitting there going, whoa, this is going to be a good one. And it was awesome. And so I got to see that movie in the theater, and I never forget it. It was awesome. It blew up. It went nuts. And that was a good story. And that was a good Batman movie because the writing was good. The writing is just fallen off on DC. I feel like that's their biggest problem is the writing is terrible. It's only some of those have been redeemed because the actors were so good, like Aquaman. I think Momoa did an amazing job as Aquaman. You know, some of the side characters, not so much. We know how that went, right? But the father was really good in there as well. I thought they all did really well, especially the original one. I actually watched the second one. I kind of half fell asleep in that one. That one's not as great. That's the same protagonist again. They should have had a new protagonist, I think. They kind of had a new protagonist, but not really. But the original one is really good because he's so good as Aquaman, right? Normally you see the fluorescent Aquaman, as I like to call him, or the bright color Aquaman. But he embodied that character, and he did an amazing job, even making the poor writing better because he was so good at it. And the same thing with Batman, and the same thing with Wonder Woman, I think. And I actually also like. What's his name from Good Will Hunting? I can think of no one's names today. I'm terrible with names anyway, in general. What is his name? He's the Batman in the new universe. He's from Good Will Hunting. Ben Affleck. God, you guys are on the point there in the chat. This is like a quiz I'm giving you guys. Yes, Ben Affleck. I actually liked him as Batman. I thought he was a really good old, disaffected Batman that's just like, I'm over it, right? I'm over helping people, right? I thought he did a really good job as Batman. I thought he was really good at it. And I feel like he doesn't get enough credit as being a good Batman. I've seen all the other Batmans too, and some of them are okay. But I especially like Michael Keaton as the original Batman, and then, and of course, Adam West, which I see there in the chat. He was also really great. I watched that whole series when I was a kid. And then I like Ben Affleck as Batman. And of course, that could start a whole war in the chat as well. If you're like, Kismet, Batman, he sucked as Batman. I thought he was good. I feel like he's the type of person that can bring that gravity to Batman. That's for sure. There you go. Oh, it means luck in Hindi? I didn't know that. Yes, that's cool. Yeah, well, in the American translation and in the oh man, what is it? Not Tibetan. It's oh man, what's the other? I can't right out of my head. The actual origin of the word Kismet means destiny or fate. That's what it means in the English translation. And that's where I got the name, by the way, from my friends before most of you were born. I am the Kismet. Now, some people take my name, but I'm the one, the only. I'm the Kismet. Just like Poe is the big fat panda. If you've ever watched Kung Fu Panda. I love that moment in there when he owns it. When he says, I'm not a big fat panda. I'm the big fat panda. That's when you're owning your own stuff, everybody. That's when you step up and become who you're supposed to be. So there you go. So yes, I really liked him as Batman. I thought he did a good job as Batman. Very disaffected, disillusioned Batman at that point. After all the years of helping people and they just keep doing bad things. He has to keep helping them over and over again. It's kind of like Timmy who keeps falling down the well for you older peeps. Timmy keeps falling down the well and Lassie has to keep saving his butt. Hey, Timmy, stay away from the well. Inner peace. There you go. Yeah, attaining that inner peace. So the writing of that stuff, I blame the writers more than I blame the actors, everybody. I feel like some of that writing is just terrible. And see, the reason why the Marvel ones are so good is because each of the characters are complex characters. They're not like, this is the guy who has laser beams, and this is the guy that has super strength, and this is the guy that does. If you just do the generic stuff, it sucks every time. That's why a lot of those, lesser Marvel shows sucked, because they had no character development. They had no interest. I didn't care if any of those people lived or died, everybody. If you don't get me to care whether they live or die, you failed as a writer. That's your failure, not mine. Not mine. I'm up for it. I'm ready. I want to be entertained. I want to hear the story. I want to be drawn in. I want to be all for it, right? I'm up for it. And if you can't pull me in, you've failed. And that's one of the things the Fallout 4 show does, is I care whether they all live or die. I care about the ghoul. I care about whether Lucy lives. I care about whether the Brotherhood, because I'm a big fan of the Brotherhood. Hey, Brotherhood, ad Victoriam. I'm a fan of all of them as well. Yes. Well, I don't even blame the actress for Captain Marvel, everybody. I blame a horrible story. That's a terrible story. She's one of the most powerful people in the universe, and they sucked at telling her story. It was terrible. Again, I feel like you can have an amazing actor or actress or whatever, and they just get bad writing, and it just doesn't help them, and then the whole thing just doesn't click or come together. Now, I can also, some actors are not great in certain parts because they don't have the chemistry to make it happen. And that's also a problem too, right? They don't have high charisma as well. I'm not getting any of my stuff done here. I love talking to the chat. It's very fun. You like Christopher Nolan? I thought he was very good. Yes, Batman Begins, very good version of it. I did enjoy that as well. But again, see, I saw the original Batman in the theater, everybody, and that's what made it awesome. When you see the Batmobile go by for the first time, and remember, no one had ever seen that Batmobile yet. No one had ever seen it. And so when you see that Batmobile go down the thing and you can feel it, oh, awesome. Awesome. Amazing moment. Just like when I watched Star Wars, 1977, Mann's Chinese Theater. First time, I was 7 years old, everybody. First time I've ever seen adults stand up and clap and lose their minds, everybody. They lost their minds. It was so incredibly good. And no one had seen Star Wars before. No one heard of Star Wars. No one knew what it was. It hadn't really caught on yet. And then when they get out of there, and of course I was with my dad, so I couldn't go again. But they get out of there and they go right back in line, and the line was as far as you could see, everybody. It was all the way down the road and around the block. And they would just keep watching it over and over and over. Amazing moment. And still, look, see, goosebumps. There it is. Still gives me goosebumps to these days, everybody. Those amazing moments that you have in your lifetime. Cherish those moments. You don't get that many. You get a few of defining moments, like the Fallout TV series. That's a defining moment in Fallout now. How incredibly good that was done. There you go. Yes, Arkham Knight's actually a really great game, by the way. Probably one of the best Batman games. What do you think in the chat? Would you think Arkham Knight's is one of the best ones? Oh, people dropping stuff for me from the Enclave. The Enclave made a delivery. All right, now come on. I should be doing my dailies, everybody. All right, let's do it. Let's see. Use photo mode to take a picture. Hey, let's take a picture of a photo mode, by the way. Another genius part of this game is the photo mode. I'm going to go over here. But take a picture. I get him in the frame. Look at this. Look at this creepy Power Armors guy. Oh, look at somebody back in the distance, too. Oh, that's a good shot. See, not many people are going to notice the person up there on the top. There we go. All right, and I got rank 16. I just got rank 16 in my season there. There we go. Very nice. That's a super easy one. All right, I got to go wipe out some ghouls. Where can we find some ghouls? The Nuclear Silo. Nuclear Silo Charlie has some ghoulies that we can roll up on and wipe them out. Let's go get them. Get it going. Yes. Yeah, see, that's the way I am with Fallout, everybody, because I actually worked on the box art. So imagine seeing Star Wars 2 weeks before everybody else. Me, I saw Fallout months before it came out. Months. And I knew I was going to play the heck out of it. And I played Fallout probably more than any game ever. I mean tens of thousands of hours. Easy. Easy over 10,000 hours. I played it through again and again and again to see the different endings and made different choices. It's like one of them books I had when I was a kid, like where you could choose your adventure. Okay, if you want to slay the dragon, go to page 45. If you want to run away, go to page 129, right? One of those, but in a game. And it absolutely fell in love with it and still love it to this day. One of the most shocking endings ever. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. Go play some Fallout 1. Find out what happens at the end. Or you can just go look it up. It's up to you. Me, I don't look stuff up. I don't want to know. I don't want to spoil it for other people as well. And I literally, and I've told this before on the stream, I literally said, I can't believe that's the ending they made. I can't believe it. And that's when I fell in love with it, right there. I was like, that is gutsy. That is very gutsy to do that ending. Boom. An absolute stroke of genius, everybody, and good writing. And good writing for sure. And that really sums up Fallout. That ending sums up Fallout as well. If you want to know what Fallout's all about, you'll see it in the ending of that one. And I still love it. It's a turn-based game too, everybody. Very, very fun. I played it a bit here on the stream before as well. But I've finished it so many times now that I already know all the endings. I couldn't tell you all of them from heart, though, because, that was 25 years ago. Everybody. That's before I had a wife and children and, a job and all those things. I did have a job. I actually had a really good job, a graphic designer, back then, but I had no responsibilities, right? I wasn't married. I didn't have any children. I lived in a very small space, but I made lots of money. And I didn't really have anything to worry about, so I could sit and play games when I wasn't working, which I worked all the time as well. But when I wasn't working, I was playing Fallout. So there you go. Because I'm a massive workaholic, everybody. I'm massive. If I love something, I will do it and just work at it, because that's your passion. That's you only get so many minutes in life. So you want to chase those passions down, like spreading a little joy and positivity into your day, which is what I'm doing right now. Okay, we got to repair some armor and weapons. Let's get it done. I don't think I'm going to get my weeklies done here. I think I'm going to run out of time here in a minute. But we're going to try. We're going to try to get some stuff done. Let's see. Oh, I'm taking this out, not putting it in. There we go. Let's try to repair some of this armor. Got to repair 2 more things. There we go. So what I did is instead of scrapping this, I kept it so that I can come back and I can go back and repair it for no reason other than I can get part of my daily done. Like that. All right. And let's modify repair. We're probably going to do one more event at the top of the hour and go from there. Oh, TARDIS is out. TARDIS out. Oh, my auto axe. Yeah, it took a lot of damage. Let's repair that one. Ah, and there we go. Got the challenge done. Very nice. Or maybe we'll just finish these out. All right. Kill a glowing creature. Where is there a glowing creature? I know there's one probably in the Wendigo cave. Test your metal. Is there any glowing creatures in there? No. Now, see, one of the things is you can synchronize your dailies with certain events. Like, if you're taking on, say, that gigantic plant one, right? And you're taking on the plant one and there's a glowing mob that comes at you, you can try to wipe them out. Whoop! And there we go. IRL stuff to do. I don't blame you. I know how it goes. Right there we go. Trotsky giving a gifted sub out to the community right here. Thank you very much for being a love train conductor. Wayward Chimp, guess what? You just got a gifted sub. You get the epic Kismet emotes, the animated emotes, the holiday emotes. Plus, you're getting 3 times KizCast by lurking in the channel. Lurk every single stream all month long so you can maximize your KizCap income so you can use them to use your 3 times chance of winning giveaways here in the stream, right? So definitely lurk in the channel all you can. There you go. Hunter could use a gifted sub for a Vault 33 backpack. All right, who do we got? Who do we got a generous person in the chat? Let's see. Who's going to give some love in the chat over here? Hunter wants to get his Vault 33 backpack. Let's see if we got somebody. Normally, I got some pretty awesome peeps in my community. We'll see. We'll see while I try to find a glowing creature. Let's go ahead and get into team battle. And we'll go ahead and also get our power armor on for some fun. There we go.
wonder if any of the other initiates have made.
Oh, it's the person gifting the sub that gets the drop, not the giftee. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, that sucks. I think they both should get it. What do you think, chat? Shouldn't they both get it? Both the person getting the gift and the person getting the thing? I should go send that to Twitch right now. Hey, Twitch! Hold on, I'm going to send it to him right now on Twitter. Where's my Twitter thing? Where'd it go? Right now. Here we go. I'm gonna do a funny little thing. Do it. The Emperor. Put the Emperor on there. Do it. There we go. Boom. All right, there we go. I sent that on my Twitter, but you guys want to check out my social media, I'll throw it here in the chat for you. Where is it? Twitter. Where is it? Right there. There you go. There's a bunch of links to all my social media, everybody. You can follow those links and go to Twitter, or X-Twitter as I like to call it. And hit like on that thing. I think the person who should be gifting the sub should get it, but also the person receiving it should get it as well. I think so as well. So there you go. So thanks for hanging out in the stream, and thanks for those gifted subs for everybody. But remember, again, if you do gift a sub, I totally forgot to mention it today. If you gift someone a sub, you actually get a Vault 33 backpack. If you are in someone who's playing 76. So very, very cool. Whether you do it in my stream or someone else's stream, that is an awesome thing to do for someone else in the community, as well as, of course, you get the backpack as well. So very, very cool. Okay, we just got to kill a glowing creature. We're going to go to the Wendigo Cave. That's what we're doing. Wendigo Cave, and we'll see if we can find... maybe the Deathclaw. Down here. Sometimes this Deathclaw is a glowing creature. Let's see. They want that cold hard cash? Yeah, that sucks, Garrix. Yeah, that's what I think, Wist. I think both ends should get it. This guy glowing. No, he's a Deathclaw matriarch. This is a great place to find a Deathclaw. I'm not going to kill him because somebody might have the Deathclaw quest, so I won't kill him just for that reason. So somebody else will have a shot at it. Let's go see if we can find some glowing creatures out here. Oh, man, we have Radiation Rumble right now. It would be great. That's a lot of credit. That's my favorite event in the game, by the way. If you see Radiation Rumble come up, you go straight to that sucker right away. Oh, and there we go. We got a brand new Teamwork Tycoon coming in right there. Mystery Alabaster getting that Vault 33 backpack. There you go. Thank you very much for that sub love. Show some love in the chat, everybody. I appreciate that awesome support here in the stream. All right, let's go try to find some glowies in here. Not glowing. Again, usually I find events are the best places to get glowing mobs. That's not how capitalism works, Jeff Bezos. Bezos coming up, giving us a lesson in capitalism. The best lesson in capitalism is do better than your competition. Make it better. Alright, I'm not going to kill all these guys that are not glowing. Leave them in here. Now, there is a tricky way to use your jetpack to find this. Just looking to see if there's any glowing mobs in here. Myler Kings. Away from me. Oh, use my coffee. By the way, if you want to know the most OP thing in this entire game, other than the auto axe, is coffee. And you're like, well, Kismet, how can coffee be OP? Well, the thing is when you use your coffee, it will... oh, watch this move. Oh, shortcut. If you use the coffee, it'll boost your action points. See how I'm running and my action points are still going up? That's because... oh, wait, this is the way out. That's because the coffee is boosting my action points even while I'm moving, where your other cards do not boost your action points while you're moving. Your other bonuses will only do it when you're stopped and out of combat. Then you can see how my action points are boosted. But if I go ahead and use my coffee, boom, look at it go. And I'm running. And look, it's not even going down, everybody. I'm running. It's not going down. And the other cool thing is that you can triple up your coffee. You can use 3 of them in a row. Great for the jetpack as well. And there we go. There's that glowing creature. And now, again, I took the shortcut. I took the shortcut to my jetpack. Right there. So you go up that thing where you have to get up over it, and then you run down the other side path. You don't run up that way because it goes out. And you want to run down that side path, and you go to the Wendigo. And I didn't even bother to do it. Yes, true. True, big time. And thanks, everybody, for showing some love in the chat. In fact, let me give you guys a bunch of kids caps for just being you. Just being awesome and lurking in the channel. There we go. Got to rank 18. We got all of our dailies done. I didn't get my weeklies done, but that's okay, everybody. We'll come back next time and have some more fun in some 76. Now, I got some special events coming up that I'm going to talk to you about. But first, let's get on the Kismet Love Train. Let's go. First, I'd like to say thanks to my crew to come and join me today. I know I was talking a bit on 76. I appreciate them coming in and hanging out in the stream. Always appreciate them chilling out, whatnot. Now, if you're new to my stream, everybody, this is the Kismet Love Train. This is where we kind of hang out, talk a little bit, and, of course, say thanks to all those peeps. By the way, all you peeps, all my new Patreon supporters, look, your names are down there. I did that today. Finally got you guys in there. Sorry that took so long. But again, my hands have been absolutely wrecked from digging in my backyard for a month. For an anniversary gift for my wife. My hands are still numb and swollen. I don't know if you can see it, but they're all swollen. It's very hard to work the computer, by the way, when your hands are all messed up and they're like cramping up and your hands are numb. Not good. I've been working hard, everybody. I've been working hard, but I got those projects done. So thanks everybody again for all that awesome support down there, all of my Patreon supporters. Thanks everybody for coming in and showing some love right over here. Now, if you want to see my main schedule, boom, you can find it on all my social media right over here. You can see that I'm going to be playing some Skull and Bones later tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I play Fallout 76 on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're going to play on Saturday some Eco, really fantastic game. With my crew. And then, of course, next Monday, we're going to be back playing some Fallout 4. Now, next Monday, we're going to do one more mega build because we are doing a mega run number 10 in Fallout 4. And we're going to do that, and we're actually going to finish the main storyline on the one that I already know who I'm going to choose, but you guys don't know. There's only one person who knows, and that's Notorious TDK, because he got to choose which faction, because he was the first one to donate to charity. And take that option. So there you go. Again, so we'll be playing some Fallout 4. Now, the following week, so next week, we're going to be doing Fallout 4 on Monday. The following week, we're going to be doing Fallout 4 all week long, everybody. So we're going to be taking over the stream at nighttime at 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and then, of course, on some bonus streams as well along the way. So I won't be playing Skull and Bones 2 weeks from now. So next week I'll be playing it, but 2 weeks from now I'll be playing Fallout 4 because we're going to do a brand new playthrough. We're going to call it the Wanderer playthrough number 11, where I show you all of my tricks, which actually also carry over into Fallout 76. So a lot of those tricks you can use in Fallout 76 as well. So we're going to start a brand new playthrough over there. Again, absolutely love that game. It is actually my favorite Fallout when it comes to building, but story-wise, I would definitely go with Fallout New Vegas because I love the whole setup and the protagonist and everything. If you've never played either of those, I highly recommend any of those to get you into the Fallout franchise as well. Very, very fun. Now, of course, Fallout 76 right now is giving you free Fallout First, so definitely go get that and claim that. If you haven't played in a while, get in there, have some fun, make some friends, and go out there and play some Fallout with friends. That's what I call it, for sure. So that'll be the next time you guys see me at 10 p.m., so that's in about 4 hours from now, whatever it is your local time. So again, it's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for me. Now, I'm streaming across the various different platforms now. Right now, I'm streaming on 4 different platforms. On Twitch, on YouTube, which I'm both a Twitch and YouTube partner, and also Kick, and also on Facebook again. I got that to work. And sadly, the other streaming service, LiveSpace, is going out of business in May. So sadly, I can't stream over there anymore. Big love to them, everybody, for trying at least to create another awesome platform. But they no longer let you stream over there because they're going out of business. So it's too bad. Too bad. Less competition is not good. It's not good for all the rest of us who I like competition, everybody. I think when you have competition, then it makes things better for everybody because, this person's trying to out-innovate this person, and that's better for the consumer big time. Otherwise, it just falls stagnant, and then you don't get cool things like wireless phones. There we go. And of course, this is how you can help support the stream for free, everybody. Just pop up to youtube.com/KismetBP and hit that subscribe button, which is basically the follow button over there on YouTube. And then go over to twitter.com/KismetBP, and you're like, Kismet, what's the BP stand for? It stands for Blood Pledge, which is actually my longest running gaming guild right now. Is 20 years together we've been together, called the Kismet BP or Kismet Blood Pledge. And Blood Pledge means guild back in the day, in Lineage days. If you ever played Lineage way back in the day, we were huge fans of Lineage back then when I registered that domain way long ago. You can also check out Discord, discord.gg/Kismet, or check out kismet.gg, which is an amazing website. Man, I really fought for that domain, everybody. You can check out all sorts of cool stuff up there. You can look at behind the scenes, what my computers are, all my technical stuff and whatnot, all my favorite games from all the 50 years I've been playing games, as well as discounts, free games, all that kind of stuff. And all sorts of killer stuff on both the Discord and on the website. And of course, if you enjoyed the stream, if you laughed, you cried, you learned something today, please consider becoming a Patreon supporter over on patreon.com/Kismet, or on Ko-Fi now as well, which is actually a better way if you just want to straight support the stream. Ko-Fi doesn't take as much of a cut of your support. So either or none at all, or you can just come in and just lurk in the channel and have a good time, everybody. I don't require anybody to have to support the stream, but I do appreciate those that do, because it is a massive undertaking. As you'll see if you go to kismet.gg and you look at my setup, I have a really advanced stream. I try to do everything to the best degree that I can. That's just the way that I am. I try to do the highest quality stream. I try to make every stream the best stream ever. So if you are new to my stream, if you see that BSE in the title, that's what that stands for, best stream ever, and you were in it. You were part of it today in the best stream ever, and we're going to try to make another best stream ever later tonight in about 4 hours. So I'm going to go get something to eat. I'm going to relax, work on a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff, giveaways and things of that nature, and then I will see you guys later tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you then. Oh, wait, I always forget, everybody. I always forget to shower you guys with caps, and then I do it right when I'm in the outro. There we go. We'll give you guys a bunch of caps before I go for staying all the way to the end of the stream. And again, see you guys later tonight in about 4 hours. See you then. Bye, everybody.
Hi, this is Noru. Thanks for watching. This is the Sky.